pregame show is sponsored by Food City.
Welcome into Toyota's Friday Night Rivals. Tonight, we have a great matchup in Southwest Virginia between Rye Cove and Honaker. This will be the first ever Friday Night Rivals game we do at Honaker. The Tigers 1-1 on this young season, and I asked their first-year head coach, Shane Wicks, for his thoughts on his team's first two games of the season.
We've had to adapt and learn. We didn't want to go into this season trying to live off of last year, which those are good things to chase after and to have on your accolades, but it's a different team. We lost a lot of kids. We've tried to find our niche now and still be very similar to who we were last year, but with new faces.
In week one, you played arch rival Lebanon there in a county rivalry. You came up short. What did you learn about your team after that loss and how they responded?
They responded extremely well the next week. We, of course, had 8 kids going both ways that week, so we as coaches had to make some adjustments to try to put those guys in the best situation possible. But they really dug deep, came ready to work. They didn't sulk in it. They were ready to get back to work Monday.
Peyton, how's he now as a senior? How's he taking kind of ownership as a senior quarterback?
He's much more vocal now than he was even last year. If he sees an adjustment that needs to be made, he's been much more vocal with me, and we're able to have that conversation of what he sees and what I see, because, of course, he's got to be an extension of me as far as the offense goes, and he knows what we're doing and what we're trying to accomplish. So him being more vocal has been big for the receivers, big for our communication as we go into game planning and in-game adjustments. So that's been a big thing for him.
Last year, his brother Avery was banged up most of the season. How is he now health-wise, and with him back on the field, how much better does that make your team?
I don't think you'll find a better connection between a quarterback and receiver. They spend every day together, so they're out here on weekends or even at home on the weekends throwing. They've been building that relationship for years. Having him, I'll say it to anybody, he might be the best athlete in the area, bar none. Things he can do, his size, his frame, it's special to have him. And we've got to do things to make sure we get the ball in his hands early and often.
For you personally, moving into head coach this year, how has that adjustment gone? Has it gone as you expected, or what are some things maybe you've been surprised that you thought you knew, but then until you actually were in that situation, it was a bit of a surprise?
I think anybody has their assumptions as to what goes into that role. I'll definitely say just being a coordinator is much easier, a lot less headache, but a lot of things I've had to manage time much more responsibly because you're wearing a lot of hats and still trying to be the coordinator as well as away from here responsibilities as a father and a husband. Those things matter just as much, if not more. But the balance of time and being organized, staying organized, that helps a lot.
This week, Rye Cove coming in here, you played them twice last year. I know 2 different teams that you beat them regular season at their place by 8, then you beat them here in the region championship game by 10. Certainly imagine revenge is going to be on their mind when they come in here Friday night.
No, absolutely, and I think they return maybe 14 starters from that team. So very quality team, but we think we're a quality team also. So I think it'll be another great matchup. I think it'll be fun for the fans. It'll be a great electric atmosphere. I think it's going to be one of your better games you guys show just because of the build-up from last year. 2 great games, 2 great teams, and they're well coached with Coach Collier and BI's there as well. So it should be a great matchup.
We did a game last year for you guys on TV at Patrick Henry, but this will be the first time we're doing a Honaker game at Honaker. What is an environment like here on a Friday night for someone that has never been to a game here?
I don't know that many people in or around Honaker aren't here. They love their community, love their football team. They love to support. You'll see the stands full. There's a hill right above the stadium. You'll see that full of cars and fans. It's a great environment.
What would be a couple keys for you guys to get a win on Friday night?
We've got to protect the football, and we've got to get off the field on 3rd down. That's something week 1 we had a lot of opportunities, 3rd and long. we can't get in that situation, and our defense do a great job of holding them, and then kind of shoot ourselves in the foot. We've got to take advantage of those opportunities, and you give a team like that wants to be methodical, an extra down, extra drive, they're going to make you pay. So we have to be ready to protect the football on our end and score when we can, and stop them every chance we get.
Up next, we sit down with Rye Cove head coach Gary Collier as his Eagles look to tame the Tigers tonight.
Okay, ideas. Where are we going?
I got one.
What about a comedy show?
I've seen you, I've swiped on you. No. Okay?
Tacos.
Definitely tacos.
The all-new Camry is 100% hybrid. Lease one now for $299 per month or get 4.99 APR financing. Find your vibe in the all-new, all-hybrid Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside. Or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now, get it straight from our doors to yours.
Value every day, Food City.
Driving the Nissan Rogue with Google built in is like...
Hey, Google, turn on Rocky's Food.
It's like the ultimate connection. See why it's been awarded a Consumer Guide Best Buy and recommended by Consumer Reports. Drive the Nissan Rogue today.
Nissan offers 6 vehicles with starting MSRP under $30,000 or get up to $2,500 total savings on remaining select 2024 Rogue Platinum trims.
The MLB Speedway Classic is coming to Bristol Motor Speedway in 2025. And you can be first in line to access tickets to the historic game between the Braves and Reds. Purchase tickets for the Bass Pro Shops night race on Saturday, September 21st. And you'll be part of the exclusive pre-sale for baseball at Bristol, starting Monday, September 16th. Grab night race tickets today and lock in your spot for baseball at Bristol, baby.
Rye Cove is the team on the rise. The Eagles, they were at rock bottom in 2021, but under Gary Collier, they're starting to soar. In 2022, they won 8 games. Last year, they won 11, and they're off to a 2-0 start this year. I asked the head Eagle for his thoughts on his team's play through the first 2 weeks.
They're working really hard. They've really busted it in the weight room, and I'm still making a few mistakes on the field, but we've been pretty productive on the field, scoring a lot of points, and defense working hard too. So I'm really impressed, and really anxious to keep improving.
This week, obviously, you have Honaker, a team that beat you twice last season. Is this a game that means a little extra to the guys this week?
Oh, yeah, it does. Great experience for us to play them twice last year and one in the regional finals. So it's awful nice to be able to get back on the field and play a team that beat you twice. Not saying it's a revenge thing, but, you know, we filed it away to back of our head knowing that we'll get them again this year. So we're looking forward to it. We're going to work hard, prepare real hard, and be ready to go on Friday.
No doubt both teams are different than they were a year ago. How are you guys different than you were last season?
We're a little stronger up front, and that's when, you know, we work hard in the weight room, and you can see it's productive on the field. We're running the ball hard. We're pushing some people around, and that's our difference anyway. Still got some skilled guys back, and they've worked hard in the weight room and gotten better. They're a year older, a little mature, and that's where we're better.
But so far, you've had 2 lopsided wins. Are you anxious to see how your teammate performs in a full-quarter game this week?
Absolutely. You know, we've really, our starters has played a half in each ball game, so you worry a little bit about that. But, you know, we've prepared for this game. You know, we don't look ahead, but, you know, in the back of everybody's minds, we knew this game was coming week 3. We're working hard, and we'll be prepared to play on Friday.
How important is this game? I mean, it's not a district game, but last year, because you lost in the regular season at Honaker, you had to go to them in the playoff game. So is that kind of the message of, hey, guys, if we take care of business this week, if we see them again, chances are it'll be in our place?
Oh, absolutely. You know, we got a good home field advantage here. Our fans and our community is electric here, and they show up and they turn out and they support us in a tremendous way. when we talk about building our program where we come from 2 or 3 years ago, it's time for us to win a ball game like this, and this is what we're expecting to do.
You have a quarterback who can do a little bit of everything at this level, 1A football. What is it like to have somebody who is so dynamic like Landon?
To have that dual threat, and he's worked hard. He's gotten so much stronger in the weight room, and you can tell it in his legs when he's running the ball. Makes great decisions, but I'm most impressed with how he's changed throwing the ball from day one in 2022 to now. He's twice the thrower that he was then.
Are you at all surprised at what you've been able to put together here with the buy-in of the players and the community?
It took off really quick. Am I surprised? And it's not a me thing. It's our coaching staff. We've done a tremendous job. They've worked hard. We've all worked hard. Our expectations now has changed. Year one, we're looking to win our first ball game in 3 years. Now, we went 8-3, 11-2 last year. So our expectations now is not just to win ball games, and we want to win the district. That's one of our goals. But now we're looking at trying to win the region and make it a long playoff run.
What appealed to you about this position?
I'd stepped away from coaching a few years after my sons graduated from Gate City. Still had that burning desire to coach. Got that phone call, and I just retired from my career in law enforcement after 31 years, and it was just a perfect fit. And this school reminds me so much of my high school, which is now consolidated. It was Pennington High School. So similar. A lot of what drew me here is some of the friends I had here. My college roommate graduated from here, and that was one of the first calls that was made to me, and it's been a really good fit, and I love this place. I really do.
Are the kids, the school, the community, are they excited about this opportunity on Friday?
Everybody. This community's been wonderful since day one, and you've heard me say that so many times. This is the support that we've got. The backing physically with them sitting in the seats. One thing I said earlier in our other interview earlier in the year, we're on TV, but I'd rather have our fans sitting in the stands with us, and they will. They travel well. It's exciting. Everybody's excited, and we'll know a lot about this football team come Friday night.
Up next, we go inside the numbers on tonight's matchup between Rye Cove and Honaker.
The greatest meal deal for your buck? Hardee's Original Bag. Just $5.99. Loaded with your choice of 2 full-size favorites, plus fries and a drink. All for just $5.99. Hardee's. Goodness in the making.
At Virginia Farm Bureau Insurance, hometown means a lot. It means having offices right around the corner, providing truly local service with a personal touch. Connect with your local Farm Bureau Insurance agents in Scott County today.
Welcome to the land of the free, where we pledge allegiance to the flag, salute the heroes of old, and raise a cup to the new gladiators who dare take on the last great Coliseum. The Bass Pro Shops Night Race NASCAR weekend returns to Bristol Motor Speedway September 19th through 21st. Get a weekend package and see Dale Jr. race on Friday. There's no place like Bristol. It's not just a race. It's Bristol, baby.
Every day, we lose 5 precious Virginians to a silent killer, drug overdoses. It's heartbreaking, but you can make a difference. Whether it's opioids, heroin, or counterfeit pills laced with fentanyl, we must face these challenges together and talk to our children about the dangers of drugs. Be their protectors, because one pill can kill, and you can save a life. Take the first step today and get informed. Visit onepillcankillva.org.
Looking for a truck? Chaparral's got you covered. Trucks, and more trucks. Chaparral is your East Tennessee truck authority, right in the heart of the Motor Mile. Family owned and operated for over 3 decades, and that's really no bull.
Every morning in hardworking America, Hardee's biscuit makers rise to bake our original made-from-scratch biscuits. And now, mix and match 2 handcrafted breakfast biscuits, just $5. Find the best deals on the Hardee's app.
Let's go inside the numbers on tonight's matchup between Rye Cove and Honaker. These two teams played twice last year. In the first matchup, Honaker, they won a shootout 40-32. That game was at Rye Cove. Then the two met again in the Region 1D championship game. Honaker came out on top again, that time 28-17. to 18. Now this season, 2 games in for both teams. Both are scoring a lot of points. Rye Cove averaging 62 points per game. Honaker averaging 32.5 points per game. Can the Tigers make it 3 in a row over the Eagles, or can Rye Cove knock off the Tigers? We are about to find out. But first, the Prep Picks crew will make their predictions for the top games of the week as we continue our countdown to kickoff.
Since 1936, Modern Chevrolet in Honaker has put thousands of people in the region into cars and trucks. You might be thinking, how has a dealership continued to operate for over 80 years? By treating people right. Also, if you need a trailer, truck bed, or other equipment, the Modern Super Center on Highway 19 in Lebanon provides 10 acres of choices. Check out our websites, modernchevrolet.com and modernsupercenter.com, to see our inventory at both locations. If we don't have it, we'll work hard to find it for you.
For 3 years in a row, Chevy has earned more J.D. Power Initial Quality Awards than any other brand. Whether it's a high-tech SUV, the all-electric Equinox EV, or a truck for work or play, Chevy is America's most awarded brand for new vehicle quality. Current qualified competitive lessees can get this well-equipped Blazer EV for around $359 a month. See your Mountain Empire Chevy dealers.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop, where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
The last time you saw us, we were putting a pool in at our forever house.
Or so we thought.
Things change, life happens. The decision came up to put in a new pool, and no other decision could be made except Brooks Malone. From landscaping, laying out the design of the pool, putting water away from the house so that you don't have issues with flooding, it really gave us the layout that we couldn't have come up with ourselves. Again, with service, same thing we had the last time. They're here after the fact. Anything we need is the total package when you go with Brooks Malone.
Call Brooks Malone today to discuss your backyard dream.
Welcome into another edition of Prep Picks. Heather Williams is alongside Casey Getz and Steve Williams of ESPN Tri-Cities, TriCitiesSports.com. Well, Steve, they say nobody's perfect, but there you are, 6-0 on the week.
Well, we'll enjoy it this week. It will not last long with the schedule we have this week.
Yeah, it's a really intriguing game. Let's get right to it. Maybe the biggest surprise of the early season, Johnson County just rolling through teams at Cloudland. Casey, we'll start with you this week.
Johnson County, I think they continue 3 wins. I think they've gone close to 50 points in all 3 games. Cloudland has bounced back after that opening loss to Happy Valley where they were shut out. They've had back-to-back wins since then. Johnson County, too much. I like the Longhorns.
Yeah, Cloudland, 80 points on the board the last 2 weeks after that goose egg in week number 1. Grayson Cole has run for a bunch of yards for Cloudland. Johnson County, you talked about their offense. Their great running back, Juan Mejia, almost 500 yards on the year. But what about that defense? Only allowing 15 points through 3 games. I think Johnson County gets more stops of Cloudland's ground game than Cloudland does of Johnson County's. I'll take the Longhorns.
But he has 7 touchdowns between 2 games last week. Nobody's been able to slow him down at all so far this year. I will join everybody in picking Johnson County. Chucky Doak, maybe a surprise loss last week going on the road at South Green, Steve.
Yeah, with the real Greene County teams show their cards, if you will. I can't figure out any of these teams from Greene County quite yet. What I do know is Chucky Doak, the defense the last couple weeks has really given up a lot of yards, about 750 total yards. I'll stick with the Rebels at home.
Yeah, Sean Jones' company, they've already had their bye week after their first week off in week 2, then another good win last week. Got their first win last week. I think it continues. South Green big at home. Just that defense a little too leaky at Chucky Doak for me.
Yeah, I'm pretty high on South Green this week. I will join the party and jump on that bandwagon. All right, one of my favorite matchups all year because there's 2 staples across each side of the state line. Union making the return trip to Science Hill this season. Casey, we'll start with you this time.
I think it's going to be very similar to the game we saw last year. It was very competitive for about 3 quarters, and just the overall depth, the size, the speed of Science Hill wore down Union. I think the Bears, they may be a little better than they were last year, but so is Science Hill. I like the Toppers to pull away late.
Union is not allowed a point in its first 2 games, but Science Hill's a much different team than what the Bears have faced in the opening 2 weeks. I think it's going to be close for a while, but I like, just like Casey said, Science Hill's got too much depth, too much speed, too much up front. They'll wear down the Bears.
I think this is going to be a much bigger haul for the Union this year than it was last year, just because last year they got them at their place. This year they got to go to Science Hill. In the ETSU press conference this week, Trey Lamb said that playing at home is good for about 10 points. I don't know if it's 10 points, but it is going to be good for Science Hill a lot. I will take the Hilltoppers in this one as well. So we dipped our toe across the state line with a little cross-state game between Science Hill and Union. Let's go all the way over to the Commonwealth. The big game in the Mountain 7, Gate City making the trip to Abingdon. Steve, how do you break down this one?
Gate City's really been riding Walker Hillman the first couple weeks. He's had 2 huge games and Devils win. Meanwhile, for Abingdon, Owen Barr, the great running back. Last week, Abingdon had to get a couple of special teams touchdowns to get by Christiansburg. This game was over in Legion Field. I might lean for the Blue Devils. I'll stick with Abingdon because they're at home.
Last year, we did this game on Friday Night Rivals. Gate City was 2-0. Abingdon was not looking good. I think they were 0-2 coming into this game, and they put it to Gate City. This year, both teams undefeated. I think the Falcons have a little too much for Gate City.
Abingdon, they exercised a lot of demons from last year in beating Christiansburg. That was a team that was really a thorn in their side last season, and they are much improved from last year. Based on that alone, I will go with the Falcons as well. Final game of the picks. Rye Cove at Honaker. This is the Friday Night Rivals TV game. Steve, we're going to start with you.
I didn't want to start on this one. I really struggled with this one all week. Rye Cove put up 62 points in each of its first 2 games. Honaker, a different animal for sure, recovering from that first week loss. These teams played twice last year. Honaker won by 8 in the regular season, won by 10 in the playoffs. If Rye Cove was at home, I'd probably pick the Eagles. Very carefully, I'm going to stick with the home team in Honaker.
Last year was the first time we did a Honaker game. It was on the road. Haven't done one yet on that beautiful turf field they have up there. So looking forward to being up there on Friday. Having said that, I'm taking Rye Cove. Coach said this isn't a revenge game, but we stored that away last year. They want to take that next step, and he said it's about time we win one of these big games. Rye Cove hasn't done that yet. I think they do that. Friday night, they get a road win in Honaker.
I'm going with Casey on this one, and I am picking the Eagles. Don't forget, Casey will be on the call for that game. You can see that game right here on News 5. Game kicks off at 7:30. And then also you can tune in afterwards for all your scores and highlights on Friday Night Huddle. And don't forget, we've got extra picks. Oh, you want more picks? We got more picks on our YouTube channel. Just go to the WCYB YouTube page.
The versatile Toyota RAV4 is ready for anything on or off the road.
This RAV4 is a hybrid EV, so you can take your adventures even further.
Check out all this cargo space.
That's what you call room with a view.
Now you can get a new 24 RAV4 and get low 4.99 APR financing.
Or lease a RAV4 from $339 a month with 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Book your room now. Toyota. Let's go places.
I'm Chili Billy Jones. That was me as a baby. Cute, right? Now, ever since I can remember, I've loved chili. You can probably tell. Especially Pal's Chili Burger. One tasty all-beef patty covered in chili, cheese, and onions. I'm a big fan. Even got my own chili bits, all ready for the occasion. It's Chili Billy time.
Chili lovers rejoice. The Chili Burger, only at Pal's. Great food in a flash.
I love you.
To Virginia Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Aaron Bostic, hometown means a lot. It means serving local communities in all of Southwest Virginia, which Agent Aaron Bostic does. Aaron has been providing local service with a personal touch for years. Aaron Bostic is your local Virginia Farm Bureau agent who becomes your friend. For auto, for farm, for life. Call Aaron Bostic, 276-701-7625.
The MLB Speedway Classic is coming to Bristol Motor Speedway in 2025. And you can be first in line to access tickets to the historic game between the Braves and Reds. Purchase tickets for the Bass Pro Shops night race on Saturday, September 21st. And you'll be part of the exclusive pre-sale for baseball at Bristol, starting Monday, September 16th. Grab night race tickets today and lock in your spot for baseball at Bristol, baby.
Fuller Field at EMAT Stadium for the first time. Friday Night Rivals making a trip to Honaker, Virginia on a beautiful Friday the 13th. In fact, will we see anything spooky or scary tonight? We will find out in just a short amount of time. Casey gets alongside James Collier here, and Coach, so excited to be at Honaker for the first time.
Oh, yes, beautiful field. The turf field here at Honaker, one of the first in our district to get one. And, yeah, it's an awesome facility. The fans always pack this place for Honaker.
Last year, these two played twice, including here in the region championship game. Rye Cove lost that game to Honaker 28-18. They also lost in the regular season by 8. So you know Rye Cove out for some revenge tonight.
Oh, yeah, Rye Cove's ready to play tonight. They're coming in here undefeated. They're going to get after it on both sides of the ball.
Let's start with tonight's key players. We'll start with Rye Cove.
On Rye Cove, you have Landon Lane there, number 3. He's a senior, also plays safety. He's 5'11", 180 pounds. Last week, he completed 11 of 12 passes for 153 yards and 4 TDs. He carried the ball 7 times for 116 yards and got in the end zone 3 times. It's just an unbelievable player on both sides of the football. At quarterback, he runs the offense and defense. You'll see him in the secondary.
Our sports team, in fact, picked Landon Lane as Player of the Week a few weeks ago. On the other side, another senior quarterback in Peyton Music.
Yeah, Peyton Music wears number 1 there. He's 6'4", 210 pounds. And just like Landon Lane, you're going to see him on both sides of the ball. He also plays safety. This past week, he completed 15 of 22 passes for 303 yards and 4 touchdowns. Great game. He had a kickoff return for 70 yards. It was called back because of a penalty. Had 2 passes for over 40 yards. He's also had a 70-yard pass called back this year. And last year, his stats were just off the chart. He passed for over 3,600 yards last year and 50 touchdowns. And everybody says that's great, which it is. But the amazing part, only 3 interceptions.
Coach, your keys for tonight's game, we'll start with Rye Cove.
Yeah, for Rye Cove there, they want to control the line of scrimmage, and they can put points on the scoreboard with the running and passing game if they can do it up front tonight. And on defense, you can look for Rye Cove to keep pressure on the quarterback. The Eagles must make the quarterback uncomfortable in the passing game so they can slow down the Tigers' offensive attack. And on Honaker's side of the field on offense, they have to protect the quarterback. By protecting the quarterback, Honaker can move the chains, put points on the board, and have an opportunity to win the game tonight. And on defense, you can see there they want to shut down the running game. They got to put pressure at the line of scrimmage to stop this explosive offense of the Eagles. These are keys to the game tonight on Friday Night Rivals.
The table has been set. The main course is almost here. Again, these two teams are laying their claim right now. Who's the best in Region 1D? Honaker, the defending champions. Rye Cove, their coach saying this is about time. We need to win one of these games. The last couple years, they've been climbing the ladder. If they win tonight, they may be at the top. We got Eagles. We have Tigers. Kickoff is coming up next, right here on Friday Night Rivals.
Looking for a truck? Chaparral's got you covered. Trucks, trucks, and more trucks. Chaparral is your East Tennessee truck authority, right in the heart of the Motor Mile. Family owned and operated for over 3 decades, and that's really no bull.
There's a lot to the bath fitter difference.
Our one-piece wall is the leader in the bathroom remodeling industry. No seams in our walls means no costly leaks in your bathroom. We are so confident in our one-piece wall system, we give you a lifetime warranty on every job.
And by the way, it's so easy to clean. Why would you want it any other way?
Right now, for a special limited time offer, you get 0% interest financing for 18 months. Call Bath Fitter today for your free in-home estimate.
At Kurt's Ace Hardware, we make it our business to help your business. With over 1 million items, we can provide you with the tools you need to succeed. Our online ordering allows you to place orders anytime from anywhere, or use our easy in-store purchase plan for quick pickup and delivery. Kurt's offers personalized service on everything, from paint and power tools to plumbing and electrical supplies, all from brands you trust. Visit our website to sign up today and take advantage of special offers and rewards available for our business customers from your neighborhood Kurt's Ace Hardware, where we make it our business to help your business.
With the first pick in the Jersey Mike's Catering Box Draft, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's going to go. So,
The Jersey Mike's Catering Box, a sub above.
Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by ETSU Health.
The Sky 5 drone, sponsored by Steve Huff Plumbing, Heating, and Air, flying high above Fuller Field at EMAT Stadium, Honaker, Virginia, Rye Cove, and Honaker tonight. Now for the coin toss.
This evening's coin toss is sponsored by the Tennessee Army National Guard.
Rye Cove visiting team, they get to call the coin toss, and Rye Cove, they win the coin toss. They defer to the second half, so we will see the Honaker offense on the field first tonight here on Toyota's Friday Night Rivals. Here is the weather report. It is a beautiful night for football, a little breezy, 74 degrees at kickoff, and we are just about ready to go now for Honaker and Rye Cove for the first time. Friday Night Rivals coming to Honaker, Virginia. Rye Cove will kick off in this one. Carter Roach Hodge will kick it away. And we are underway on Friday Night Rivals. The Tigers going to get pretty decent field position, just shy of their 30. That was Isaac Johnson on the return.
Yeah, you can see Isaac, he cut it over to the right sideline, decided to go up to the middle, had some blocking there to begin with, and then Music got through there on the defensive side and was able to put a big stop in there.
There's the senior quarterback for Honaker, Peyton Music, 6'4", 210, had an outstanding season last year. This year, Honaker needing him to use his legs a little bit more than he did a season ago, something to keep an eye on during this game tonight. The Tigers, if you like to see a team throw the ball, they will throw it early and often. Music on first down, got a man open. That's his brother, Avery Music, for a first down.
Yeah, beautiful pass play right there. Over top of the corner was sitting out there in the flats, and before the safety could get up to him, just dropped it in there on that left-hand side.
Here's the starting lineup for the Honaker offense. We already touched on the Music brothers, Braden Marsh, Jackson Dye, Isaac Johnson also as well in there. Now you see 5 receivers for Honaker on first and 10 after a pickup of 13. Music gonna run it up the middle. A host of white jerseys bring him down after a gain of 4, Coach. Let's look at that Rye Cove defense here.
Yeah, Rye Cove maybe a little surprise to some people tonight, coming out. Looked like a 3-4 defense. And over there on the outside, you can see the corners are dropped off the wideouts, and I'm sure that Peyton Music enjoys seeing the receiver, you know, having a 5-yard cushion there to begin with. So we can look for Music to be getting some balls on the outside tonight. On the defense over there on the outside, we have Barnett, and Darnell is going to get a lot of action.
4 receivers, the one side for Honaker. Music's going to tuck it and run and try and get to the corner, but he's going to run out of bounds for a gain of maybe 2.
Yeah, that was Osborne there. Was playing outside linebacker, got out there, and he got out of bounds. Didn't take a hit that time.
The first third down of the game. There's the Tigers on offense here. They're trying to make an early statement at home. Honaker 1-1 on the season. They lost their opener right here to Lebanon. Last week they won against Castlewood, so they are 1-1. Rye Cove 2-0. 3rd and 5. Avery Music going to take the handoff, and he has nowhere to go. Rye Cove's defense ready for him, led by Luke Jesse.
Yeah, Luke Jesse came up there from the linebacker spot. You also had Darnell at the end and Lawson, Big Lawson in the middle there, number 73, and Paley on the outside, and they were just coming up, and there was nothing there. decision time here. We might see a little quick kick here.
The offense stays on the field, but you can see Peyton Music lined up a little further back than he normally would be for quarterback. We've got a man jumping, but it looks like he got back across the line.
Yeah, try to draw him off sides there to get that 5 easy yards, and there's the kick.
Music punts it away. Nobody back for Rye Cove. This one will take a Honaker bounce inside the 10 and down at about the 8-yard line. So Honaker's offense makes a nice special teams play. They run down there and touch that, and this Rye Cove offense will have a 92 yards between them and the end zone.
Yeah, that's a big plus. Anytime you have a quarterback that's also your punter, and he's able to sit back there and you don't know in short yardage, is he going to punt it or is he going to throw it? And they were able to, just an excellent punt, put it over in the corner and out of bounds. No coverage, no yardage on the return, so now they get to set up their defense out there.
There is Landon Lane, the quarterback for Rye Cove. Going to start at his own 8-yard line. He had 7 touchdowns in one of their first 2 games this season for Rye Cove. It's going to be a run on first down for the Eagles. That was going to be to Blake Goins. And here's the offense for Rye Cove. Landon Lane, we touched on. They're primarily running football team, and I want you to keep an eye on 73, Ethan Lawson. He's a sophomore, 6'6", 315 on the offensive line. We'll touch on him more throughout the game, but he will stick out like a sore thumb tonight.
Oh, yeah, easy to identify him. Head and shoulders above everybody else out there.
Rye Cove again, this time it's going to be Roach Hodge breaking through a couple tackles. Carter Roach Hodge has some turf in front of him. Music trying to catch him down. But it's going to be a big, big gain for Carter Roach Hodge, the junior. A Powell's first down, and the first big play of the game, coach, goes to Rye Cove.
Yeah, you can see they were running just like a trap over here off the left side. You can see the lineman pull it. He gets up in there, makes a cut back against the grain, heads down the right sideline, turns on his jets there. And you had back there to bring him down was Music, number 1.
Carter Roach Hodge. Rye Cove staying under center. This is the formation you'll primarily see for them. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to Will Rollins. He breaks through a couple tackles. Rye Cove coming out with maybe a little extra intensity on offense here.
Yeah, double tight ends. You can see there 2 wing backs. We got some motion there. Now they're running a fullback off a right tackle right behind Big Lawson, 73, and 78, Darnell. And just bulldoze running.
Rye Cove offense making a statement on the ground game so far. That is their bread and butter. All runs on this drive that started at their own 8, now inside the red zone to the Honaker 18. It's going to be up the middle again to Rollins, and he's going to be near the 15, the Honaker defense. And coach, obviously, when you talk 1A football, you see a lot of guys on both sides of the ball for starters.
Oh, yeah, they have to, and they're undersized there in the middle there a little bit compared to what Rye Cove has up front there. And so, but they were able to hold their own there at the line of scrimmage that time and just made a substitute, took out Honaker, their smaller defensive lineman, and put in 55, and that's Gibson.
Rye Cove inside the Toyota red zone at the 15, 2nd and 7. And they're going to pitch it to Roach Hodge, and he's going to be brought down after a gain of about 3 on the play. Keaton Smith on the tackle for Honaker.
Yeah, Honaker did really a good job on the right side that time on defense. Once again, you have that motion and a little sweep and toss it to him running off the left side. And they had 11 guys. You hardly ever see this. They had 11 guys there at within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
You see Landon Lane almost becomes another lead blocker, the quarterback on those tosses right there, number 3. He is yet to keep it. 3rd and 4 for Rye Cove. We got our first penalty flag of the game. We'll hear from Chris Davis, our referee tonight. It was 3rd and 4. This might be against Honaker.
Must have lined up all sides.
Dead ball. encroachment. Defense number 61, half the distance to the goal. First down.
You know, not a lot of teams run this offense, and their offensive coordinator, Coach Norris, used to be down at Sullivan North. He ran the double tight ends, double wings with the motion, and just ran at you. And that's what Rye Cove's doing right now.
A big penalty gives Rye Cove a first down, so it's first and goal. And this time Lane's going to keep it right up the middle, pushing, leaning forward, still on his feet. Lane is down at the 1 yard line.
Now that was big man against big men right up front. And they got to push that time, like you say, all the way down to the 1 yard line. You can just see this right here. Push, 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 push. It's not over until the whistle blows.
You have to think they may do the just exact same thing again here with Landon Lane under center. Second and goal from the 1.
You can't get any tighter than that, foot to foot.
It's going to be Lane with the push from behind, and he is in for the touchdown. Rye Cove goes 92 yards, and Coach, they make a statement.
Yeah, they made a statement right there. You got your backs to your own end zone, and all of a sudden you're down on the other end, and you're going in the end zone. And some of you people might see that play on Sunday right there from the Philadelphia Eagles. Just push your quarterback right in the end zone, the big lineman up front. And, And Clayton Austin, number 65, the center, sort of like the Kelsey that played at Philadelphia, but he's not there this year.
All right, Rye Cove going to go for 2 here. Lane in the shotgun. He's going to run off right side. Landon Lane walks in for the 2-point conversion. Rye Cove 8, Honaker nothing. You're watching Toyota's Friday Night Rivals on News 5 WCYB.
It's been said you shouldn't mess with a good thing. But when you get behind the wheel of the 2024 Toyota Tacoma, you'll know why we did. We took the best-selling truck in its class the past 19 years and made it better with trail-dominating power, legendary capability, and high-end performance. This Tacoma is built for fun, inside and out. Now it's your turn. Get 5.99 APR financing on a new 24 Tacoma or lease one now for $319 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
At ETSU Health, compassionate, expert care is at the heart of our mission. Our patients say,
best doctors ever. They treat you like you're someone, and they explain thoroughly to you.
And the primary care physician was so nice and kind. She took her time and listened to me.
My experience with ETSU Health is always good. Everyone is very friendly and helpful.
I really appreciate what you guys are doing for me. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Receive the patient-centered care you deserve at ETSU Health.
Watching Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by ETSU Health.
Back to Honaker, Virginia. The Sky 5 drone, powered by Steve Huff Plumbing, Heating, and Air, flying high above Fuller Field at EMAT Stadium. Thanks to Keith Roberts, Jason Hutchinson for flying our drone once again all season long. Friday the 13th here on Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, Rye Cove. Coach, you saw something in that 2-point conversion was a little different for them.
Oh, yeah. They lined up, of course, the 2 tight ends. Then they had the 2 backs shift over to the right side. It's like the old power I, and then they just ran a power right off tackle, followed his blockers, and walked into the end zone.
Carter Roach Hodge with a little pooch kick in the corner. Rye Cove might fall on that ball, and it looks like it just went out of bounds right there. That would have been a big play for the Eagles if they could have got that ball there. Time now for tonight's Martin Dentistry Smile Cam, the Rye Cove cheerleaders. They got a lot to smile about right now. Their team up 8-0 early in this one. And Coach, how important is it now for Honaker to answer after giving up that long touchdown drive?
Yeah, you got a lot of the same players back there on the field on offense. They need to get down the field and put points on the board because they know what they're going to see all night now. They're just going to line up foot to foot, 2 tight ends, the wings, and run straight at it. So, yeah, music needs to get the offense on track right now. You can see that linebackers have moved outside to cover the twin man formation right here, but you got the 5 guys in the box. 1 linebacker sneaking in there on the short side of the field.
Good field position for Honaker, starting this drive at their own 43-yard line. Music, little swing pass behind him. And if I was the players, I'd make sure I'd run on that football there in case that was a backwards pass, but they say incomplete.
Yeah, we got a good crew here tonight. They immediately blew their whistle and were waving their arms to let you know it was an incomplete pass. Heads up tonight by the officials there.
Incomplete. There is Shane Wicks, the first-year head coach of the Honaker Tigers, was offensive coordinator last season, elevated to head coach in the summer.
Yeah, Coach Wicks got a lot of football knowledge there. He's an Emory and Henry football player.
Now we got a marker thrown here before this 2nd and 10 play. And it appears to be on Honaker.
Dead ball. False start. Offense. Number 50. It's a 5-yard penalty. Brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, it looked like the left tackle must have moved over there, and it was easy for the official to see on their sideline over there.
2nd and 15 for Honaker. 5 wide receivers set for the Tigers as they trail 8-0. Music, quick throw outside. It is caught maybe for about the original line of scrimmage. That was Jackson Dye.
Yeah, Dye made a good catch and a little move, but by the time he was getting upfield, you had a lot of pursuit to catch up with him. There's a lot of Eagles there on his tackle right here. See the replay.
A lot of white jerseys rallying to the football right there.
Yeah, Osborne was out there and he made the first hit. Then he had a lot of Eagles there. Great hustle on the defense.
Honaker back to the original line of scrimmage, so 3rd and 10. Music looking right. He's got time. Now he's under pressure. Rolls out, back across his body. He throws almost intercepted, but just comes up short on that one as Rye Cove, their defense really swarming tonight here. That was Cole Barnett who almost had the interception.
Yeah, he had Avery Music open there. He was coming back inside, but where you're running that fast to the left to get away from the defense, it was hard for him to come back across his body right here. You see, he's running to the left, and then he throws it. Music's open right there, number 3, but he overthrew it there.
All right, 4th and 10. Offense on the field. Music, though, will he pooch kick it again? He will. Rye Cove Lane was back, but he's going to let this one bounce down at about the 15-yard line. We'll take a timeout. 8-0 Rye Cove. Build offense back on the field after this.
Looking for a truck? Chaparral's got you covered. Trucks, trucks, and more trucks. Chaparral is your East Tennessee truck authority, right in the heart of the Motor Mile. Family owned and operated for over 3 decades, and that's really no bull.
But it's just water vapor, right?
Vapes don't make vapor. They produce an aerosol. These particles include toxins and chemicals that can cause lung disease and cancer. Be smart, don't start.
Welcome back here. The Rye Cove offense coming on the field for their 2nd possession. First time, coach, they go 92 yards all on the ground. This time they're going to have to go 84 yards, the ball at the 16.
Yeah, I think coming out right here, we're going to see the same thing that we saw last time. They're going to be in there double tights with the wings, see a little motion and sweep action. That's Coach Norris. He did that seem like every play at Sullivan North. We played them a couple times, and you better get used to this play.
Man in motion, that's the pitch to Roach Hodge. Carter Roach Hodge had that long run on the first drive for Rye Cove. He gets out across the 20 to the 23 for a nice gain on 1st down.
Yeah, just what I was talking about. You had that motion there. There's a little toss sweep right here. Pitches to him. You got a block coming out of the backfield from your fullback Rollins, I'm sorry, right there, and just picked up great yardage on 1st down.
2nd and 3. This time it's going to be Blake Goins as he sheds off 1 tackle, but he's going to be short of the 1st down, be 3rd and 2.
Yeah, they had great defense over there for Honaker that time. On the right side, come up with the stop there was Marsh, the linebacker, number 2. He was sitting there waiting. No one blocked him.
Rye Cove only had 1 third down on their first drive, and Honaker jumped off sides, gave him a free first down.
So, yeah, that was a big second down stop right there. Once again, you can see those linemen in there, foot to foot.
Roach Hodge in motion. They're going to go up the middle to Rollins. He breaks across the line to gain, it appears, going to be close.
They moved the ball over to the left hash mark, and I think they're thinking about a measurement now.
Timeout on the field for a measurement.
And I think we are going to get our first measurement of the night here, so we'll see if it is 4th and inches or 1st and 10. As the chain gang is going to have to come out to the far hash. And we'll get Preston, already see him going on the field there. Our cameraman on the field who's going to give us a bird's eye view of this chain here. It looks like it's short.
Take it around. It will be 4th down and a few inches.
You heard it there from Chris Davis, our referee, 4th and a few inches. There's Gary Collier, head coach of Rye Cove in his 3rd season. And the way his offense has performed so far tonight, you think he's going to go for it here?
Well, he's talking to his quarterback right now. The offense has stayed on the field. So, you know, we might see the first part of this draw him offside zone 2.
4th and inches from your own 26-yard line.
And it could be that he's under center and the quarterback, and you've got the push play right here.
Got a man lined up right behind Landon Lane, and it is going to be the push, and Lane easily gets the first down. There's a lot of beef to just fall behind there.
Yeah, and Honaker was right up there. I don't know if you could line up better for this play than what Honaker just lined up. I mean, they had the gaps covered, guys behind them, and it was just the push forward by those big linemen from Rye Cove. They got the surge.
The Pals first down for Rye Cove. They go for it. The call pays off on 4th and less than a yard deep in their own end. Now they have a fresh set of downs, and Lane once again under center, double tight formation. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and the breaking through is Will Rollins. Will Rollins has a lot of turf ahead of him, and nobody's going to catch Will Rollins. A touchdown run of over 70 yards.
Just great blocking at the line of scrimmage, and they had 10 men. They had 10 men right up at the line of scrimmage that time. You had 5 down linemen and 5 linebackers, and the safety was back a little bit. And I don't think the safety ever saw the football right here. You can see it right here. It's just right off right tackle, and then he just cuts in from the corner.
73-yard touchdown run for Will Rollins.
Runs right behind his big right guard, Lawson, and big right tackle, Darnell. 73 and 78.
They're going to go for 2 again. This time he's going to hand it off. Is Lane. In goes Carter. Roach Hodge for the 2-point conversion. Rye Cove up 16-0 over Honaker with 3:03 left in the first quarter.
Your Mountain Area Ford dealers are proud to recognize our News 5 Sports Scholar Athletes of the Week, celebrating excellence in academics and athletics.
Every week, News 5 and your Mountain Area Ford dealers are honoring student athletes from each school playing on Friday Night Rivals for their accomplishments both on and off the field. First up is Morgan Bledsoe of Rye Cove. Morgan is a region champion in both track and cross country. She holds a 4.1 GPA, and she volunteers as a summer assistant at Duffield Primary School. Our recipient from Honaker is Callie Miller. Callie is an all-district volleyball and basketball player and was a member of the Tiger State Championship team in 2020. She has a 4.0 GPA and volunteers with the league volleyball and basketball.
All Scholar athletes have the opportunity to compete for a $5,000 scholarship to be awarded at the end of the season.
Rye Cove's offense again making a big statement. Thank you to Steve Huff Plumbing for sponsoring our Sky 5 drone this season on Friday Night Rivals. And thanks to Keith and Jason for flying the drone. That was a 5-play, 84-yard drive. 1:53 off the clock. Rye Cove has already ran for 172 yards here in the first quarter.
Hey, just unbelievable blocking up front. It's just big guys up front, and it's just smash mouth football right now. 2 tight ends, 2 wings. Yeah.
Rye Cove has scored 62 points in each of their first 2 games. They are well on that way again tonight. Here is Honaker's going to fall in that one as Isaac Johnson. The Tigers have had pretty good field position every time they've had the ball, but they haven't been able to get anything going yet on offense.
Yeah, Isaac caught that first kickoff, was able to get good yardage by going back inside. That time he missed it a little bit, but he was smart by getting on it, not trying to pick it up and run with it. Excellent field position. You're out there on your own 37-yard line. And the Tigers are ready to go right now. You can see they keep the thing spread out. They got trips to the short side of the field this time.
Honaker's best play on offense was their first play of the game when Peyton Music hit his brother Avery for a gain of 13. Music's going to fake the handoff. He's got some room on the right side. Peyton Music, nice gain there of about 8 yards on first down.
Yeah, he did a really good job this time. You had to fake it on the jet sweep there. Motion was going over to the wide side of the field. You could see him. He cuts it back in the middle, gets to the outside, and I think this is a really smart play. He got out of bounds, and it's 2nd and short.
Music's going to fake the jet sweep again, try and cut it outside. He's got the first down as he runs out of bounds again, right at midfield.
Yeah, I think it's a smart play getting out of bounds. He's got a long season. No reason to try to turn upfield right now and run over top of somebody.
So you see some adjustments here on this possession, faking the jet sweep and 2 runs for Music.
Yeah, and you can see the corner over there on that right-hand side for Rye Cove. He's playing off pretty deep. We might see a pass over there to Music this time, and Barnett's on the coverage over there.
5 receivers on first down. Quick throw to the right for Isaac Johnson, and he's going to get a gain of a 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, another one short side of the field. All 3 plays in this series have gone to the short side of the field. Got some people substituting on Rye Cove's side coming in here on defense.
Second and 4. Again, 5 receivers for Honaker, 3-man rush for Rye Cove. Music going left, throws it. He's got a man wide open at the 21. That's Jackson Dye, and he's going to take it in for the touchdown. That'll do it, a 46-yard touchdown.
That was a shot in the arm that Honaker's offense needed right there. You can see Music stayed with this play all the way. Dye found the open area, just sat down, and once he caught the ball, he turned on his speed and got into the end zone that time. Big play for Honaker. You can see right here, Dye will come in your picture right there. He sat down behind the corner. Safety comes over to help out, but no go right then.
Jackson Dye with a big touchdown catch. Now, Honaker's going to go for 2, down 16-6.
They've got it spread out wide. Is the quarterback going to run?
Music's going to run it in, and he is going to take a big hit, but he gets in for the 2-point conversion. That makes it 16-8. We have a shootout developing here. We'll be back on Friday Night Rivals here on News 5 WCYB.
The Westbridge Wolves versus the David Crockett Pioneers are Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, September 27th on News 5 WCYB. Join Casey Getz and the News 5 sports team as they bring you live game coverage of some of the biggest and oldest football rivalries in the region. Pre-game coverage begins at 7 p.m. Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by ETSU Health.
Upon further review, we actually had a holding penalty on that 2-point conversion. Did not see the flag, so Honaker had to back up, and now it was incomplete for the Tigers, so we'll take those 2 points off the board. It's 16-6. Did not see that flag originally, but they called holding on Honaker, so that backed them up to the 11 to do that 2-point conversion. They still tried it, but it was incomplete. So that's a big call right there, because now it's a 2-possession game still instead of 1.
Yeah, big difference right there, and must have been at the point of attack over here on the outside near the sideline or receiver. I don't think we've got anything, any information on that.
So Rye Cove has had the ball twice. They've scored 2 touchdowns. Honaker's had it 3 times, and they just scored for the first time on that last possession. And, Coach, how about this? They go 63 yards in 4 plays for Honaker, taking just 35 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, you look at the clock right now. There's 2 minutes and 28 seconds, and we've already had 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. A lot of excitement for the fans, especially if you like offense.
Last year when these two played in the regular season at Rye Cove, the final score was 40-32. Honaker with the win, and right now it seems like we might be going towards that type of game again tonight.
Yeah, if Honaker gets some blocking up front, give Music time to throw the football like we were talking about, protect their quarterback, I think he can find some open areas in that defense.
So Honaker now will kick off for the first time tonight. Jackson Dye will handle a line drive that bounces inside the 20. Rye Cove with a nice return here out near the 40-yard line. That is Cole Barnett on the return.
Yeah, Barnett had a good return that time. He just caught the ball, hit in the middle, and was able to get up to almost the 40-yard line, but we got a flag on the play as well. Nope, they waved it off, Casey.
Pick that one up.
I guess he wants to save it for later. What do you think?
I have a feeling there might be another flag or 2 in this game before we're done.
Okay, right now what has to happen, Honaker goes down and scores. They got some momentum. Now that defense has got to tighten up. You can see they got five linemen at the line of scrimmage right now. 4 linebackers scooting up. Corner on the outside scooting up.
Rye Cove says, you may know what's coming, but can you stop it on a first down play to Rollins up the middle?
Yeah, just ran off the left side there between Austin, the center, and Bowen, the left guard. Good gang on first down.
Watch that snap right there. Maybe a little issue with the quarterback-center exchange, but the Eagles able to get that play off there. 2nd and 5. Inside of 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Entertaining first quarter so far. It's going to be Goins on 2nd down. No, it's going to be a fake to Goins.
Yeah, great penetration up the middle that time. It looks sort of like the same play they ran on that 2-point conversion down there. A little misdirection, but it was coming back to the left side here. Able to get up in there and make a great stop that time was Nudley. Nunley, number 56, got in the backfield penetration.
Jacoby Nunley on the tackle there. Roach Hodge on the little counter at Lost Yard. 3rd and 6 now for Rye Cove. Eagles have yet to throw the ball. And they're going to run it on 3rd and 6. Roach Hodge has a first down, but there is a penalty flag down. So hold everything.
Yeah, I believe they're going to get a holding penalty back here to 35. We'll see what the call is.
The Rye Cove offense backing up.
Daring the run, holding, White, number 7. Be a 10-yard penalty, repeat 3rd down.
You see number 7 right there to the left of Roach Hodge with a hand on the shoulder pad. And the jersey pulled right there. Good call.
Yeah, he was lined up as the wingback over there on the left-hand side. He was trying to get that pressure on the outside linebacker, and he wasn't able to do it.
3rd and 14 now for Rye Cove. Will they throw it for the first time tonight? Lane in the shotgun. The answer is a yes. A little screen pass out, and he's got some running room, but not enough for Will Rollins. He's going to be short of a first down.
Yeah, he had great pursuit by their nose man that time, and he's also playing linebacker in the middle. Number 4, Levi Honaker, he was able to run him down. So we might see our first punt of the game right here out of Rye Cove.
The Eagles do not have to run a play here in the first quarter. There's about a 6-second difference between the game clock and the play clock, and Gary Collier calls his team over, so that's going to end the first quarter. After an entertaining 12 minutes, Rye Cove on top of Honaker, 16-6. You're watching Toyota's Friday Night Rivals on News 5 WCYB.
I'm Chili Billy Jones. That was me as a baby. Cute, right? Now, ever since I can remember, I've loved chili. You can probably tell. Especially Pal's Chili Burger. One tasty all-beef patty covered in chili, cheese, and onions. I'm a big fan. Even got my own chili bits, all ready for the occasion. It's Chili Billy time.
Chili lovers rejoice. The Chili Burger, only at Pal's. Great food in a flash.
I love you.
Room with a view. That's what you get with the powerful new Toyota Tundra.
The electrified iForce Max powertrain can deliver up to 437 horsepower.
And this was easy. Tundra can tow up to 12,000 pounds.
And it's got the best resale value in its class.
Now you can make room for a new 24 Tundra and get 3.99 APR financing for 72 months, $2,000 customer cash, or a low $449 a month lease.
Nobody knows trucks like Toyota. Let's go places.
At ETSU Health, compassionate, expert care is at the heart of our mission. Our patients say,
Best doctors ever. They treat you like you're someone, and they explain thoroughly to you.
And the primary care physician was so nice and kind. She took her time and listened to me.
My experience with ETSU Health is always good. Everyone is very friendly and helpful.
I really appreciate what you guys are doing for me. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Receive the patient-centered care you deserve at ETSU Health.
We're all about food, and this Friday and Saturday is $5 days. Save big on many of your favorite items store-wide. Nobody does food like Food City. This Friday and Saturday is $5 days. Save $5 on Pick 5 meat. Final price $14.99. Cantaloupe, pineapple, or watermelon bowls, baking potatoes, or Food Club shredded cheese are $5 and more. Food City.
Welcome back to the start of the second quarter. Rye Cove's offense lining up for it on 4th and 5 at their own 43. Are they trying to draw the Tigers off sides, perhaps? The play clock is down to 10. Landon Lane, I think, just trying to get him to jump, and Coach Collier is going to call a timeout here.
No offsides there. Offense didn't move. Defense didn't move. Now it's time to punt the ball.
I think I read Coach Collier's lips. He said punt team, punt team. So after trying to get a first down by drawing Honaker off sides, it looks like the punt team now will come out. Of course, this would be a great time after you do that. Call a timeout. You're all about now maybe do a fake punt.
Yeah. I'm sure Honaker's talking about telling their guys to be ready. Watch their sideline over there. We'll see what happens here. Telling, hey guys, we're in the ball game now. We got the ball. We're getting the ball back here on offense. Let's be smart. We can get another touchdown on the board here.
Rye Cove's offense has been on point so far this season in 2 wins. They have scored 62 points in each game with wins over Hancock County and Northwood. Certainly so far their biggest test of the season so far tonight. Honaker lost their opening game to Lebanon before bouncing back with a big win over Castlewood last week.
Hey, just like we have 2 good quarterbacks in this game, Lebanon has a good quarterback in Reese there. He's been lighting it up.
We saw him last year, our last game on Friday Night Rivals when Lebanon played Virginia High. And Lebanon off to a 3-0 start. Congratulations to them. They won last night over Marion. Rye Cove does punt it for the first time. This one takes a bounce in favor of the Eagles. It rolls inside the 10. It's going down towards the 5-yard line. So nice punt there by Landon Lane. And Honaker is going to have 94 yards in front of them.
Yeah, that's an excellent punt. And Music's back there. Avery Music is back there to catch the punt. But he decided to just let it go. And like you say, it rose dead there inside the 10-yard line. So it's going to be a big play for them coming out here right now.
So you said Honaker scored. They needed to keep that momentum, get us off. They did that. Now they have the ball back again.
Yeah, and I think right now the Rye Cove's going to try to put a little more pressure up front right now. And they're making the quarterback scramble, but he's able to find open receivers. We'll see what happens right here.
Music Out of the shotgun, looks left, throws it right. That's going to be for maybe a loss on first down.
You had the safety out there for Rye Cove coming up there and laying a lick there. Number 3, our key player of the game on defense this time, Landon Lane. Great defense. He read it all the way. He was up there.
Loss of 2. Now they're back to the 5-yard line. 2nd and 12. Music's going to line up to take the snap inside his end zone. Looking left, he's going to tuck it and run. Now he's going to try and throw it, and looking for Jackson Dye, and Dye kind of lost his footing there.
Yeah, he slipped there at about the 20-yard line. The ball was thrown behind him a little bit. So this is a very important 3rd down. You're going to be punting in your end zone, or you need to, if you don't get a first down, you need some positive yardage on this if you're on offense. And right now, Rye Cove's wanting to keep the pressure up.
Jackson Dye's been the favorite target so far tonight of Peyton Music. There's Avery Music with the catch on 3rd and 12. Music, little stutter move. Nice little spin move across the 20, and he has the first down. What a play by Avery Music on 3rd and long.
Yeah, great play by both of the wideouts over here on this side. Music, excellent job of catching the ball, getting upfield, doing a little shake and bake there. And you can see he gets down low and he dives underneath these guys right here at the end to get that first down. Just a great play by Music.
And a smart play by Isaac Johnson, 19, not to get called for a block in the back. A Powell's first down for Honaker. Plenty of time for Peyton Music. Now he's going to run it, and he steps out of bounds. And he's been smart tonight, running out of bounds and living the fight another day.
Yeah, that was a great play to get, like you say, to get out of bounds. And Avery Music just made another great play on defense. He couldn't block the guy because they would have got him for a crackback. He just went back and got in his way and then stepped out of his way as Peyton stepped out of bounds.
They're going to give him 8 on that run for Peyton Music. 2nd and 2 for Honaker from their own 29.
They keep things spread out here. Sort of got a flex tight end over there on that right-hand side.
Jackson Dye is going to take the jet sweep. Turns it out wide for a first down across the 35, close to the 40 for another Powell's first down.
Yeah, Luke Jesse was blocked a little bit by the flex tight end that time, but he was able to get off the block and help make the tackle.
You see Honaker's running game has either been their wide receivers or Music, the quarterback. Music's going to throw it on first down. That one gets popped up in the air as he throws it low for his brother Avery.
Yeah, I was wondering when we were going to see that play, because the corner you can see here, number 20, he's playing off of it. They're giving him that short hitch route right there, and he just underthrew him. Once again, coming there from the inside was Jesse to help out.
I asked Coach Wicks, I'm like, tell me about the relationship between the two brothers there, Peyton and Avery. Do they bicker at all practice? He's like, I have never seen them get on each other. He's like, they get along great. Like, you brothers typically, you think they would fight, but he's like, I've never seen them fight. Incomplete on 2nd down as Blair Clark was the intended target.
Yeah, I think a smart play by Music that time. He just threw that ball away. He was throwing it at his feet. There was nothing there. Come back and play another day. It's 3rd down, and with this offense, they can pick up 10 yards easy. We'll see how much pressure they have up front from the Eagles right now. Paley coming from the outside, Darnell from the outside.
It's going to be a handoff on 3rd and 10. Jackson Dye spins out of a tackle, tries to cut it back upfield, but there's too many white jerseys. They send him for a loss.
Yeah, they finally get around him and lock him up out there. And you had Lane, the safety, number 3. He stayed home, and Osborne, the linebacker, both of them were out there. So it's going to be 4th down. It looks like they're going to have to punt again.
Originally there was Will Rollins, the first one to make contact, to force Jackson Dye to change direction. Then the cavalry came and helped out.
Yeah.
4th and 11. Music will punt this one away, and we get some motion. Honaker's going to back up 5 more.
Yeah, they had a little movement there on the offensive line. They'll get him for a false start.
Dead ball. False start. Offense. Number 55. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay. 4th down.
Yeah, You hate for your number to be called out if you're a lineman, because that probably means you did something wrong. Aiden Gilbert, number 55.
Landon Lane now is slowly starting to make his way back for Rye Cove. Now he comes back the other way here, so they don't have anybody back right now. Music boots this low. It's going to take a bounce favorable to Honaker. That one's going deep inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. We will take a timeout before the Rye Cove offense comes back on the field with 9:07 left in the second quarter.
Looking for a truck? Chaparral's got you covered. Trucks, trucks, and more trucks. Chaparral is your East Tennessee truck authority, right in the heart of the Motor Mile. Family owned and operated for over 3 decades, and that's really no bull.
At Food City, we make it easy for you to shop your way. Order online and pick it up curbside, or have it delivered straight to your door with Instacart or DoorDash. Nobody does food like Food City. And now, get it straight from our doors to yours.
Value every day, Food City.
At Virginia Farm Bureau Insurance, hometown means a lot. It means having offices right around the corner, providing truly local service with a personal touch. Connect with your local Farm Bureau insurance agents in Scott County today.
Coming up at halftime, the Chaparral Buick GMC halftime report. That'll be coming up in 9 minutes and 7 seconds of game time here on Friday the 13th. Week 3 of the season in Southwest Virginia. Week 4 in Northeast Tennessee tonight. Rye Cove's offense punted the last time they had the ball, but they scored the first 2 times they had it. We'll see what they got up their sleeve on their 4th possession. Roach Hodge on first down takes the toss, and Carter Roach Hodge, as a penalty marker does come in back around where the first down marker was. So we'll see what happens here, but you think this one will likely be coming back?
Yeah, most likely. Their officials are talking it over right here. And once again, he had a really good run on the outside that time, and Music was able to push him out of bounds over there. Looks like it's going to be about 10 yards down the field.
During the run, holding, offense number 3. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, first down.
How often does the quarterback get called for holding on offense?
You can see he's leading around here. Looks like he's getting a pretty good push there. And
that's certainly unique to this offense, because not often the quarterback's going to be in a position to be called for holding.
Hey, I'll tell you, Lane, he plays tough defense too. He's a tough guy. Both quarterbacks are offense and defense.
So quarterback Landon Lane gets called for holding as a blocker. And so Honaker is going to back up. It's going to be 1st and 10 again. It's almost like the play didn't happen. And the play clock is, I don't think they got that one off. I think delay a game here.
Yeah, we got a delay a game back here. We also had a little movement, but they got the delay a game 5 yards.
Before the false start, dead ball, delay a game, offense, 5-yard penalty. We'll replay first down.
2 penalties on Rye Cove on this drive so far on offense, a holding and now a delay a game. And their offense, they had it rolling their first 2 possessions, but they had the punt on their 3rd possession. Now they're going backwards on their 4th.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Collins over there, he's not happy about that, especially the last 2 plays.
1st and 15, 8:15 remaining in the second quarter. And we got another flag.
I see a little movement there. They're going to call another movement here on the offense. It'll be a false start again on a lineman here.
Dead ball, false start, offense number 68, 5 yards, replay, first down.
We got a timeout here by Rye Cove. Gary Collier going to settle his guys down here. We'll take a timeout as well. Rye Cove on top, 16-6.
Since 1936, Modern Chevrolet in Honaker has put thousands of people in the region into cars and trucks. You might be thinking, how has a dealership continued to operate for over 80 years? By treating people right. Also, if you need a trailer, truck bed, or other equipment, the Modern Super Center on Highway 19 in Lebanon provides 10 acres of choices. Check out our websites, modernchevrolet.com and modernsupercenter.com, to see our inventory at both locations. If we don't have it, we'll work hard to find it for you.
Welcome to Chicken Salad Chick.
Ain't nothing better than watching you smile. Whoa, whoa. Ain't nothing better than right now.
There's no place like the Chick.
Looking for a truck? Chaparral's got you covered. Trucks, trucks, and more trucks. Chaparral is your East Tennessee truck authority, right in the heart of the Motor Mile. Family owned and operated for over 3 decades, and that's really no bull.
The Mark Dentistry Smile Cam checking in with the Honaker cheerleaders as we come back from break here. Rye Cove taking a timeout to settle things down after 3 consecutive penalties on their offense. Coach Collier wanted to settle his boys down here before a 1st and 20 play. And for the first time in 3 plays, we don't have a penalty.
Yeah, great defense over here on this left-hand side that time. Stopping things up. Still got a long ways to go, but it's 2nd down.
Just what a tremendous job Gary Collier, his staff, has done here. In 2021, Rye Cove did not have enough players. They had to forfeit the final 3 or 4 games of the season. He comes in 2022. They win 8 games. They win 11 last year. Off to a 2-0 start this year. A tremendous turnaround between his staff and his players. Lane, nice play action. He's got a man open, but he overshoots Luke Jesse. That would have been a big play.
He had 2 guys open over there on the left-hand side. And coming as a linebacker coming up through there was Smith, number 20, putting a little pressure on the quarterback. He had everybody faked out there for a while, and just they were able to recover.
So they go for the big play on 2nd and 15, incomplete. That sets up 3rd and 15 for an offense who likes to run the ball. Chances are they're probably not going to be able to do that here on 3rd and 15.
No, we might see them spread it out here on this play.
4 wide receivers for Rye Cove. And now we've got a penalty flag and maybe another delay of game.
Evidently, they're not watching the clock.
Delay a game. Offense.
They've got a
5-yard penalty.
25-second clock.
3rd down.
That's 2 delay of game penalties on this drive for Rye Cove.
And Lane's going over to the sideline to get the play from Collier this time.
And the play clock is already down to 18 again.
Yeah, they got plenty of time. This is real fast to get to the line of scrimmage. I know they have to hustle this time. Things are spread out again.
You can see the play clock in the upper right part of your screen right there. Down to 5. Man in motion. It's going to be a fake handoff. Lane loses the ball in the end zone. Honaker falls on it. And that's a touchdown. No, a safety. I'm sorry. Rye Cove fell on it. That's a big difference right there between 2 points and 6.
Well, that's their 2 points they didn't get on the conversion a while ago, so it's back to a 1-score ball game with a 2-point conversion.
It looked like that ball just slipped out of Landon Lane's hand right there when he went to throw the ball. Watch when he goes to throw it, it just drops out, but luckily he fell on it there, Lane, and he got fell on by Maddox Sykes.
Yeah, big play there.
That's a 4-point swing there.
For both teams, that's a big play. Big play for Rye Cove. They were able to get on the ball. Great play by Honaker because they get the safety, and now Rye Cove's got to kick off to them. Well, they can kick off or punt, either one, whichever they want to do here from the 20-yard line. We'll see.
So after the safety, it's 16-8. Rye Cove on top of Honaker. 7:16 left in the first half.
You know, this all started by the punt with Honaker, and they didn't feel the punt, let it bounce down there. Then a holding penalty, an offsides.
2 delay game penalties.
Yeah, shooting yourself in the foot.
Looks like Rye Cove will elect to kick it off here instead of punt.
Well, they've been kicking it short. They've just been dropping it away. You can see Honaker's moved up now. They've got that taken care of.
A big difference after a safety. The kickoff's from the 20 instead of the 40.
Yeah, Johnson, number 19, he's over there on the other sideline. He's got 2 of these kicks over his head this time.
Honaker will have very good field position as Avery Music gets across midfield. And Honaker will start this drive in Rye Cove territory. Coming up in the 4th quarter, we'll have our Toyota drive of the game. Again, that'll be coming up in the 4th quarter as our staff in the truck pours over every scoring drive, and they make the decision of which one was the drive of the game.
On that return right then, Avery Music, number 3, did a really good job. He was trying to find a hole and cut back through it. Great coverage on Rye Cove on the defense. They were able to stop him after he got over the 50-yard line.
Honaker begins this drive at the Rye Cove 46 after the safety. A rare run out of the running back. I think the first one of the night for Braden Marsh.
Yeah, he ran over off the left side behind Gilbert and Sox. Was able to get past the line of scrimmage there to pick up just a foot or 2.
Braden Marsh, the senior running back, his first carry of the game. Now, same formation, Marsh beside Music, 4 receivers. Jackson Dye in motion. He's going to fake it to him. Music, nice spin move across the 40 down to the 39.
A really good fake that time. Dye carrying out his fake like it was on a jet sweep right there.
Look at that spin move by Peyton Music. We got a Rye Cove player down.
I believe it's a cramp.
Now he's back up here. He's going to have to come out of the game.
Yeah, I believe he had a cramp there.
That's Carter Roach Hodge, number 9, who's going to have to come out for 1 play.
Running back linebacker. He's been busy the whole game. Got a new linebacker in the game right now for Rye Cove.
3rd and 3 for Honaker. And this definitely right now is 4-down territory for the Tigers on the plus side of the field.
Yeah, they changed formation this time. Looks like they're coming to the short side of the field.
Music looks left, throws, and that's intercepted. Yes, it is intercepted. What a play by Hamilton Osborne. Batted that down with one hand, then it popped in the air, and he caught it.
Osborne was up on the 2 receivers, got the out route, gets his hand in there, pops it up, makes a great play on the football.
Does that count as a pass breakup and interception?
Hey, I'm giving him both. That was the outstanding play on defense so far right now. I thought Music was open there. Great coverage. You can see him coming in there.
The senior Hamilton Osborne with a fantastic play for Rye Cove. As Honaker had the momentum, and now Carter Roach Hodge back in after leaving on defense for 1 play. He gets 9 yards on 1st down.
Just an unbelievable push over there on that left-hand side, and he was just staying behind his blockers all the way, and all of a sudden he seen a little open and cut back up to the middle. That was designed to go off left tackle. Great play by Rye Cove on that offensive play.
There you see 73 in there, Ethan Lawson, 6'6", 314. Talked to Coach Collier. He said over the summer he went to a camp at Alabama. Just a sophomore, he's had a lot of schools showing interest. Again, he's still very young. The future is bright, though, and certainly if he continues to grow up, and Coach said he's just 16 years old. He's a young pup still. Lane's going to keep it this time, and Lane's got some room. Landon Lane puts the foot in the ground and says, "See you later." 54 yards for the touchdown. Rye Cove, wow, what a momentum swing after that interception.
Yeah, see the replay here. He just, quarterback spun out on that play, fakes the handoff right here, follows his blockers up in there, then he cuts back to the middle of the field. And you can see a guy chasing him coming up on the left-hand side there, but Music wasn't able to catch Lane, and Lane got into the end zone for a touchdown.
A 54-yard touchdown by Landon Lane makes it 22-8. Rye Cove go for, there'll be no extra points tonight attempted, I don't believe.
Looks like we're going to see 2-point conversions all night. See a little power I formation on that left side.
Lane goes left. And they're going to say no. He did not break the plane, so the conversion is no good. It's 22-8. Rye Cove on top of Honaker.
Toyota and your local Toyota dealer are combining resources to support our area high schools. We stand together as community partners for our high school athletes and their families to help schools and students get the most out of their high school years. Toyota is proud to join News 5 WCYB, Fox 39 WEMT, and Tri-Cities CW to provide each host team with a charitable donation to their school. Proudly presented by Toyota and your local Toyota dealer. Tonight's donation goes to the Honaker Tigers.
And thank you to Honaker for hosting us for the first time on Friday Night Rivals. Everyone's been very great, and we'll have even show you how great they've been in just a minute here. The Sky 5 drone powered by Steve Huff Plumbing, Heating and Air, flying high above Fuller Field at EMAT Stadium, 22-8. Rye Cove on top of Honaker. Rye Cove now has 239 yards rushing. And we've played just over a quarter and a half. Carter Roach Hodge will kick it off for the Eagles. Avery Music making some big strides there out across the 40. 5 to the 46-yard line. And we touched on the hospitality of Honaker. There's Kristen Kwan along with Kevin Stafford of Food City. We usually, you know, they cook out, have a grill every week to make their food. Well, we forgot the grill tonight. So the Honaker concession staff, they cooked our chicken for us tonight in the pregame show that Kristen and Kevin and I were able to eat. So thank you to the Honaker going above and beyond for us in more ways than one tonight by helping cook our pregame food so Kristen and Kevin could have fun on the tailgate show tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure they enjoyed that. Very nice of Honaker to do that.
Yes, much appreciated. Now the Honaker offense trying to respond after Music threw an interception to Hamilton Osborne. He fakes the quick throw. He's looking deep for his brother Avery on the wheel route, and he drops it. He's going to want that one back.
Yeah, I think maybe we had a miscommunication now. The deep guy that time, he was still running down the sideline. Music was open, and a perfect pass by Peyton hit him in the hands with it, and he drops the ball. You're not going to see that very often. You can see also down there, number 19, Johnson, I think he's supposed to run a post pattern on that wheel.
And there's a couple of flags before the snap.
False start. Offense, number 50. 5 yards. Replay. Second down.
I think 50 thought that was on first down. You could see him look to the sideline that time. Sykes, it's like, hey, they didn't snap the ball. I think that's supposed to be a quick play, trying to get the defense off sides there. Catch the defense. Not looking for the quick count, I'm sorry.
That backs them up 5, 2nd and 15 for the Tigers. They trail by 14. Braden Marsh pinballs back and forth. Music now finally under pressure, and he throws one up. And that is going to be incomplete.
I think he was just getting rid of that, getting that out of bounds rather than trying to throw an interception. You see, the defense there was playing games with them that time. Linebackers were walking up on the line of scrimmage. Middle linebacker there was jumping around. So might have messed with their game plan just a little bit. And of course, once again, you had pressure out of Rye Cove's defense coming from the end there. Trevor Darnell, number 78. There's not many times tonight Music's got to just sit there and throw the ball, finding his open receiver.
Rye Cove with 3 down linemen on 3rd and 15. That's all they're rushing. Drop 8. So the Music gonna have to throw it back across his body. That's intercepted. Caden Bowen with the interception for Rye Cove. And that was a tough throw there by Music.
going left, trying to throw it back across his body over the middle.
Yeah, he thought he had a receiver open right there, but it's a great defensive play there by Bowen of Rye Cove to come up with that interception. He was reading the quarterback's eyes all the way. You know, we had a momentum shift there a while ago when they came up with that interception, and here they got another interception. I think he was looking to cross in the field there. Maybe Jackson Dye, he was looking to get the ball to. Once again, it was pressure by the front there of Rye Cove's defense.
All right, Rye Cove's offense trying to catch Honaker napping. I think the Tigers a little late getting on the field. First down run by Rollins, and he breaks through a couple tackles. Will Rollins inside the 20, and Rye Cove's got all the momentum on their side right now. Powell's first down, and inside the Toyota red zone. The visiting crowd, a lot to cheer about right now.
Yeah, excitement over there for sure. And I think what happened that time, Honaker wasn't settled on defense to find out where everybody was going. And of course, Rye Cove took advantage of that. Another running play with a big fullback.
Honaker's defense has to make a stop right here. Down by 2 touchdowns. Rye Cove on the march. It's going to be up the middle to Roach Hodges. Carter Roach Hodge on first down.
Yeah, right off that left side, once again behind Bowen and Bishop. Austin there in the middle. Great stop by Honaker that time. Got a little pressure up front that time. Was able to get in there to make the tackle. I think we're going to see the same formation. No, we might have a change of plays here. Play clock's down to 15 seconds.
Rye Cove only has 1 timeout left here in the first half. Honaker has all 3 of theirs. Play clock down to 5. They're going to fake it to Rollins. Lane's going to keep it as he gets near the 15. That's going to set up 3rd and about 6.
Yeah, great play. Nudley, once again, was in the backfield from his defensive end position. You can see he was able to wrap up the ball carrier, hold him to a short gain on this right-hand side.
And if you're Rye Cove right now, you're okay with using this clock here, trying to give Honaker as little time as possible.
Oh, yeah.
If you're able to score here.
Yeah, I'm saying run, clock, run. We're in no hurry. We just got to beat the 25-second clock.
3rd and 6. Roach Hodge on the little toss. He breaks through a tackle down to about the 10. That's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah, great running off the left side by, I'm sorry, that was Hodge, wasn't it?
Yes,
running
Roach
off
Hodge,
the right
yep.
side. You could see at the end of this play, diving forward, almost got that first down, marked his knee down at the 10-yard line.
4th and 1.
Same formation again.
We'll see if someone's lined up right behind Lane. It may be just a push here. I think Honaker's going to take a timeout to talk it over.
This timeout taken by Honaker. It will be their first charged timeout of the first half.
We'll take a quick timeout while the Tigers talk it over before this pivotal 4th and 1.
And I'm Tennessee guard Zakai Ziegler. Join us along with VFL's Jason Swain and Chris Brown for the Food City Locker Room, presented by Guards of Law every Sunday. It's with me interviewing all the players of all sports. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We call it the Players Show.
Were you even a player?
3rd team all-intramural.
It is the Players Show with our 3rd team all-intramural host.
Sunday night at 11 on Fox 39 WEMT.
Outstanding plays are made by outstanding players. I'm News 5's Cole Johnson. Join me every Wednesday on News 5 at 6 and 11 to find out who will be named our Player of the Week.
News 5 Sports Player of the Week is sponsored by Toyota.
I'm Heather Williams. Join me, Casey Getz, and Steve Wilmoth of ESPN Tri-Cities and TriCitiesSports.com for Prep Picks. We will highlight the key matchups and choose our winners for the week. Prep Picks every Wednesday on News 5 at 5:30.
We're back from that Honaker timeout. 4th and 1, Rye Cove. Will they do the push behind Landon Lane, or will he hand it off here on 4th and 1? They're going to toss it to Goins on 4th and 1. And he's going to be close to a touchdown, but just short for Blake Goins.
Yeah, you can see on the right-hand side, it's the same play they've been running all night. A toss sweep. 3 guys leading you. Quarterback's leading up through there as well.
And maybe the best part for Rye Cove is they get to chew a little more clock there because he did not score. They get a fresh set of downs, take a little extra time off that clock.
Yeah, inside 2 minutes here in the first half. I think we're going to see more of the same running game right here.
If you're Honaker, if they stop him here on 1st down, you think about maybe using a timeout here.
A lot of times run off the play clock again.
1st and goal from the 1. Lane push in for the Rye Cove touchdown. Landon Lane follows that big line for an easy touchdown.
Yeah, all those guys up front, foot to foot, just pushing straight ahead. Then you get the fullback in there helping you get through there. Hard play to stop in short yardage.
That's what lifting all those weights gets you there. That is something Coach Collier talked about, that they have made tremendous strides in the weight room at Rye Cove, really getting these kids to buy in to being in the weight room, and they have done that. 28-8 before another 2-point conversion attempt here. They failed on the last one. Lane's gonna throw it. He's got a couple of people open in the back of the end zone. 2 players could have had that one, and that one's gonna go to Luke Jesse for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, just a beautiful fake in the backfield there by Lane, faking to the wing back, going around. You had a little pass out into the flat. One supposed to like 5 yards. The other one's at the back of the end zone. Take your pick here. Yeah, just well, actually ended up being a flood route over there on that left-hand side. You had 3 receivers in that zone, and Jesse came down with it.
That scoring drive, 6 plays, 52 yards, took 3 minutes, 3 seconds off the clock. And Coach Honaker now has given up 291 yards on the ground at Rye Cove.
Yeah, Rye Cove's just pounding it up front. They're saying, hey, just like you were talking about that weight room, those guys are showing that tonight. Those lifting weights, how much stronger they are coming off the ball, and plus they got size.
When Coach Collier said, when he took the head coaching job, his first season, 2022, when he said he had only 2 or 3 kids on his team that could bench press 200 pounds when he came to Rye Cove, now that number is much higher, and we'll continue that in a second. But first, the Martin Dentistry Smile Cam. Out here, some fans, looks like some Honaker fans smiling, and he actually said one of the few people that actually could do 200 pounds was Ethan Lawson, who was in 8th grade at the time, and now he can do 425 bench press. He said he's gone over 100 pounds a year up in his bench press.
Tell me, he's staying in the weight room.
Yes. All right, so Honaker now trying to get something going here before the half. And they're going to have good field position with 1:10 to go. They have 2 timeouts.
Yeah, Smith caught that and was just able to get it up behind his wedge blocking there in the middle. Great field position starting off here.
Critical for Honaker here to score a touchdown, because Rye Cove will receive the second half kickoff. Tigers down by 22. The only time they scored, they did it in 35 seconds, so time not a factor right now for Honaker. Again, 2 timeouts.
Corners are playing deep.
Music under pressure for a 3-man rush. Now he's going to run it out of bounds at the Rye Cove 49. And amazing the pressure Rye Cove is getting with 3 down linemen led by, as you mentioned, Trevor Darnell.
Yeah, Darnell's doing a great job of the defensive end, number 78. I think I would double team him one time right here.
2nd and 4 for Honaker. A gain of 6. That play took 7 seconds.
Corners and safeties are backed up here on this.
Music looks right. Now he tucks it. Now he's got some room left if he can decide to. He runs out of bounds. A short gain of maybe 3.
With that motion that time, they shifted into secondary, and they came up and got on Music, the wide receiver over here. He was the only one left on this side. And I think it was just a fake to the right, and we're going to throw it over here to the left side. He's covered.
Yeah, they're going to, looks like they're going to be marking, give him a first down on that play. He needed 4. Again, that play took 6 seconds.
Corners are off again. Once again, the safeties are deep too.
Dye's going to fake up the middle. There goes Music. Close to a first down. He's going to be about a yard shy of a first down. And you see Coach Wicks saying, hurry up, get back on the ball.
Another great play by Jackson right there. He showed the defense that he had the ball. Music did a good job faking, running off the right side.
This time, Dye's going to take the jet sweep. Jackson Dye across the 30, near the 25. He's still on his feet. And gets a first down. That'll stop the clock. 30 seconds left. Honaker still has 2 timeouts. It does not appear they're going to use one right here as they get back on the ball.
Let's see if they throw it in the end zone here to Music. Over here in the corner of the end zone on the left-hand side. Nope.
They're gonna. So interesting. They don't call a timeout. They just take a spike the ball on first down.
Saving their timeouts. 24 seconds left. And with this offense, you only need one play to get a first down. I mean, at any time, Jackson can break loose. Music can get open. We got single coverage on the wide side of the field coming this way.
2nd and 10. Avery Music catches it at the 15, makes the move on the outside, and he's thrown out of bounds at the 5 with 19.7 seconds left. So it'll be 1st and goal for Honaker.
Yeah, you can see Barnett gave a lot of cushion over here on this left-hand side. You see no defender in the 5 yards up the field after he catches the ball. And defense finally shows up. Here they're knocking on the door at the 5-yard line.
1st and goal for the Tigers. Avery Music's going to take the jet sweep from his brother and run into the end zone for the Honaker touchdown. Honaker needed less than a minute to respond and score a touchdown.
Now, we haven't seen that tonight. We've seen Jackson on the jet sweep, but Music might be the fastest guy for Honaker.
Coach Wick said he's by far the best athlete on this team, and he says, I'll put him up as one of the best athletes in the area.
Remember a while ago, he was chasing down Lane going into the end zone, and so he showed you the speed again right there.
Honaker will line up for 2. Music keeps it instead of handing it off to Avery. I think if he hands it off, Avery gets in, but Peyton keeps it, and no 2-point conversion.
Yeah, he would have had a chance that time. Great stop by the defense that time. They don't get the 2-point conversion. Tackle for a big loss.
14.5 seconds remaining in the first half. Rye Cove now leads 30-14 after Honaker scores. They go 49 yards and 104. And that was really critical for Honaker to punch that in there to stay within striking distance.
Yeah, great offense that time. Defense was giving a little cushion on a couple of those passes, and Honaker took advantage of it. And Music just made a great play there on that last catch and getting out of bounds and stop the clock. And then they run the jet sweep, and he gets in the end zone. And that's the Avery Music, the wideout.
Rye Cove has 1 timeout left. I wonder if you're Honaker here, if you even maybe just kick this ball out of bounds, not even give them a chance to break a return here.
They might do it. I think you're going to see the old squib kick.
Squib kick.
Let's see here how he tees it up.
Jackson Dye will kick off for Honaker. 14.5 seconds.
Rocco's ready for something up short. You see their coverage there. They've scooted up.
That's a squibbler, and Rye Cove feels it and goes down with it at their own 45-yard line. That's Luke Jesse, so only 1 second went off the clock. Rye Cove certainly could break a run here.
Hey, break a run or throw a pass. What do you want to do here? They've got a quarterback that can throw it. They've got receivers.
They also have 1 timeout.
I'm sure you'll see some cushion out of Honaker right now on the outside there. They don't want to let anybody get by them. No, we come out, they're going to be satisfied with what's going on right now, the double tights.
I wonder if they're going to take a knee here, if they're going to keep it on the ground with Landon Lane. Lane cuts it across the 50. Landon Lane has some room. He loses the football. Honaker almost picks it up It's loose. The Tigers have it. Recovered by Braden Marsh off the fumble by Landon Lane with 2 seconds left.
What an exciting play there. I thought you could see Lane getting up in here, then he cuts back against the grain, then he cuts back to the other side of the field. His own player hits him from the side there, and the ball is knocked out. Honaker gets on top of it.
2 seconds left. Honaker takes a timeout before this final play of the first half. We have 44 points on the board in the first half of this one. Very entertaining game here tonight. Rye Cove, Honaker, a rematch of last year's region championship game. The Sky 5 drone flying high above Fuller Field at EMAT Stadium. Thank you to Keith Roberts and Jason Hutchinson for flying our drone all season long here on Friday Night Rivals. Game number 4 of the season for us. And our first time here in Honaker.
If I'm Rye Cove's defense right now, I'm looking at Music and Jackson.
Rye Cove has 2 players back near midfield, the 2 safeties. Gonna rush 3.
Going deep.
Music.
Going deep? Nope.
I don't think he can throw it 70 yards. He's gonna throw that. That'll end the half. So Rye Cove on top, 30-14. We're gonna catch up with Gary Collier, the head coach of the Rye Cove Eagles. His team coming on the road, puts 30 points on the board in the first half. They're right about their season average. They scored 62 points a game in both of the first 2 games of the season. And you have to think that Coach Collier has a lot to be happy about, but also a lot he may want to clean up, including, I'm sure he's not going to be happy that they gave up a score there late in the half.
No, but you got to remember, Honaker has an explosive offense.
Almost close to 300 yards rushing for Rye Cove. In fact, I think they're over 300 yards now through that lane. Carry on that final play that they had here before he fumbled.
Yeah, most coaches would be happy with 300 yards rushing in a game.
And we are joined now by Gary Collier, head coach of the Rye Cove Eagles. His team on top 30-14. Coach, you guys scored 30 points in the first half, have close to 300 yards on the ground. What kind of statement did your ground game make in the first half?
Well, we started off real well. Got a little sloppy there late, but you know, up front, like I told you, earlier in the week, we're working hard up front, and that's our game plan. And it worked well early, but we got to clean up a few things there at the end of the half.
Coach, I'm sure really the only bad thing I've seen the whole half is the penalties you had down there. Of course, you fumbled the ball there right before the half, but those penalties are really the only thing that set you back.
Yeah, that one possession where you end up giving up the safety there, horrific on our concentration there. We had a big run first down and called back on a holding penalty, and we got behind the sticks, and we'll clean that up and look forward to the second half.
Coach, thank you for your time and best of luck in half number 2.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, Gary Collier, head coach of the Rye Cove Eagles. His team leading Honaker 30-14. The Chaparral Buick GMC halftime show starts after this.
The summer sales event is going on now at the all-new Kia of Johnson City. Drive away in a brand new Kia Forte LX or a Kia Soul LX for just $299 a month. Come check out the new state-of-the-art facilities, and while you're here, register to win tickets to see Morgan Wallen at Neyland Stadium in September. That's right, Kia of Johnson City is giving away 2 pairs of tickets to see Morgan, and all you have to do is stop by and register today. Come see us today and shop us online at KiaJC.com.
At ETSU Health, compassionate, expert care is at the heart of our mission. Our patients say,
best doctors ever. They treat you like you're someone, and they explain thoroughly to you.
And the primary care physician was so nice and kind. She took her time and listened to me.
My experience with ETSU Health is always good. Everyone is very friendly and helpful.
I really appreciate what you guys are doing for me. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Receive the patient-centered care you deserve at ETSU Health.
Every day, we lose 5 precious Virginians to a silent killer, drug overdoses. It's heartbreaking, but you can make a difference. Whether it's opioids, heroin, or counterfeit pills laced with fentanyl, we must face these challenges together and talk to our children about the dangers of drugs. Be their protectors, because one pill can kill, and you can save a life. Take the first step today and get informed. Visit onepillcankillva.org.
Welcome to the Chaparral Buick GMC Halftime Report. Chaparral has trucks, trucks, and more trucks, and that's really no bull.
Rye Cove leading Honaker 30-14 at halftime. Our Ford Scholar athletes both being recognized tonight. Of course, each week we pick one student athlete from each high school that participates in Friday Night Rivals, give them the Scholar Athlete Award. Then at the end of the season, one lucky winner will win the Scholar Athlete of the Year award. So congratulations to both young ladies being honored tonight from Rye Cove and from Honaker. Time now for the best of Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals.
The best Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country.
Edie going for it all, has a man out there. Catch is made, touchdown, Slinger. Lucas Sun, another spectacular catch.
Scrambling for his life, being chased, has the corner, and goes over the top. And that effort's going to get him the first down. Well done, young man.
Here's Collier going deep down the near sideline. Amari Jackson, did he haul it in? It looks like he did.
That was tremendous.
Lights, camera, action, Jackson.
First down and goal. And the toss. Buttery makes one man miss. Shakes off the tackle from left. He is still going. Buttery across the goal line. He is in for the touchdown.
Pitch and go. Looking for Fry. Leaping grab. Touchdown, Hartford.
Nice if they don't complete this pass.
So Noah Legg.
You better make it. You better make it.
He gets all the way
did.
for the
He's in the end zone.
Noah Legg, 10 yards for the Conway touchdown with just 23 seconds left on the clock.
Rye Cove leading Honaker 30-14 at halftime. We're going to take a listen now to the Honaker band. Time now for a message from our friends with ETSU Health.
So when families are expecting, expectations are high. It's a big family moment when a child is born. When there's a problem such as prematurity or a condition that requires surgery, all the expectations are turned upside down. So it can be a challenging and stressful time in the NICU for parents. The way we adjust for that is to be very family friendly, involve family on rounds, and definitely we like to have the facility conducive to family participation in the care of the baby. Well, we have a high-risk follow-up clinic that's multidisciplinary. This clinic involves a dietitian, speech therapy, physical therapy, and a neonatologist. We like to track the infants so that we can see how they do long-term to make sure that the follow-up is being offered and that the infants are not falling through the cracks. We also like to track their long-term data to see how they do, and that's part of a requirement of us being a state regional perinatal center. So we're all actively involved in teaching and in research. We do research in perinatal outcomes, epidemiology, and also we have active research going on in managing how to manage these infants who are exposed to opiates during the pregnancy. Those infants often have a prolonged period of time in the hospital, so we're looking at ways that we can reduce that time. We're happy to be here. We're happy to serve this community, and we all love the area and the patient population.
The Martin Dentistry Smile Cam at halftime. The Honaker Tiger fans there smiling, wishing their team will make a second half rally here as they trail 30-14 at halftime. We'll be back after this.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your sub right in front of you. Watching that always takes me to my happy place. Wait a minute. Jersey Mike's is my happy place. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Choose American Tours and Charters, where we go the extra mile to make you smile.
Are you ready to explore the vibrant cities of New York, Miami, Key West, and more? Look no further than American Tours. Sit back, relax, and let us take you on a one-of-a-kind adventure. Book your tour today and let us show you the best that these amazing destinations have to offer. Travel in style and comfort with our experienced drivers and luxurious buses. Don't miss out on the trip of a lifetime. Reserve your seat now with American Tours and Charters.
All trophies and plaques for WCYB's Friday Night Rivals are provided by Eddie's Trophies and Gift Shop in Bristol. Eddie's Trophies also offers medals, plaques, acrylics, glass, and crystal pieces for your business, school, or sports team. That's Eddie's Trophy and Gift Shop online at eddiestrophies.com.
Nothing tackles the big jobs like Ford F-150. As the strongest, most capable F-150 ever, it's got the power to handle whatever you throw at it, in it, or pull behind it. And right now at your local Ford store, you've got the power to save big on every built Ford Tough F-150 in stock. Hurry in today to get 3.9% financing for 60 months plus $2,000 total cash. When it comes to saving you money on the best-selling trucks, we're pulling for you. So visit your local Ford store today, where there's always more in store.
It's time to get outside and play. Whether you're looking for a boat, motorcycle, camper, ATV, or personal watercraft, Eastman Credit Union has a loan to fit your needs. We offer 100% financing options and no payments for 60 days, so you can live your dream today. Hit the road or the waves in style with an RV and power sports loan from ECU. Start your adventure today. Visit ecu.org/play to apply now. Eastman Credit Union.
You're watching the Chaparral Buick GMC Halftime Report. Chaparral has trucks, trucks, and more trucks, and that's really no bull. The Tennessee Army National Guard.
Friday Night Rivals, and that means our coin toss sponsor, the Tennessee Army National Guard, and joining us again, Sergeant Clifton. And this week we're going to talk about the things that go on within the Guard. Tell me what you have going on now.
Yeah, so the National Guard, is a unique branch of service that most people don't realize is different. They typically see this uniform and they think U.S. Army. But ultimately, the National Guard is actually a community and state-based service. Our goal is to help citizens of the state of Tennessee become better, more productive citizens within the state of Tennessee. Not only do we've talked about the educational benefits and how we can help the Drive to 55, but we also have missions and we help our communities here. So let's think Gatlinburg fires. Obviously, in East Tennessee, the fires that happened in Gatlinburg is something that really sticks in the mind. It was the Tennessee National Guardsmen that were out there that were helping rescue those individuals, the helos that were flying over, rescuing people as well, and then handing out water, food, blankets, and trying to help the citizens of the area overcome the issues and the heartbreaking issues that took place. We also have our federal mission. So you see the uniform and you think Army, and then you think those missions overseas. And we have that ability to go over and execute those missions should the president call upon the governor of Tennessee and ask for their help. So we do overseas, we do here in the state, but our primary goal is to help the citizens of the state of Tennessee.
What's the time commitment when you become part of the Guard?
So you can enlist for typically 3 or 6 years. Usually 3 years is the common enlistment, but you can do it for 6. And when you do enlist for 6, you get some additional benefits. You could start potentially getting monetary bonuses. You get additional money should you start going to college and whatnot if you do the 6-year commitment.
This pizza break is sponsored by Johnny Brusco's Pizza, your neighborhood pizzeria.
At Virginia Farm Bureau Insurance, hometown means a lot. It means having offices right around the corner, providing truly local service with a personal touch. Connect with your local Farm Bureau Insurance agents in Scott County today.
Okay, ideas, where are we going?
I got one.
What about a comedy show? I've seen you, I've swiped on you. No. Okay? Tacos.
Definitely tacos.
The all-new Camry is 100% hybrid. Lease one now for $299 per month or get 4.99 APR financing. Find your vibe in the all-new, all-hybrid Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
At Browning, Lammy & Gifford, we have served clients from Southwest Virginia and Northeast Tennessee for over 5 decades. We're a law firm with local roots and experience in your county courthouses. Since 1972, we've helped people who were hurt in accidents recover damages, win compensation, and get justice. At Browning, Lammy & Gifford, we want you to focus on getting better and let us deal with the insurance companies. If you've been injured in an accident, choose the firm with experience. Call Browning, Lammy & Gifford.
Welcome to Chicken Salad Chick.
Ain't nothing better than watching you smile. Whoa, whoa. Ain't nothing better than right now.
There's no place like the Chick.
You're watching the Chaparral Buick GMC Halftime Report. Chaparral has trucks, trucks, and more trucks, and that's really no bull.
There are a lot of first-half highlights to go through in this one with 44 points on the board. Carter Roach Hodge, a long run there for Rye Cove on their first possession before Landon Lane gets pushed in. Then he runs in a 2-point conversion. A long run here by Will Rollins, 73 yards. That made it 14-0 Rye Cove. They would go for 2 and make that with Roach Hodge, 16-0. Here comes Honaker. They get on the board. Peyton Music finds Jackson Dye two-point conversion, no good, so it's 16-6. And how about that interception right there by Hamilton Osborne for Rye Cove? Landon Lane goes 53 yards for a touchdown. That makes it 22-8. Another interception for Rye Cove. This one, Caden Bowen. That would lead to another Eagles touchdown from Lane. And then the two-point conversion makes it 30-8 to Luke Jesse. Then right before the half, Avery Music runs one in for Honaker. And then, as we talked about, you saw Blake Owens run into Landon Lane, a fumble with 2 seconds left for Rye Cove. That's how we get to our halftime score of 30-14. Rye Cove over Honaker. We'll be back with the second half kickoff after this.
Thanks for watching the Chaparral Buick GMC Halftime Report. Chaparral has trucks, trucks, and more trucks, and that's really no bull.
Looking for a truck? Chaparral's got you covered. Trucks, trucks, and more trucks. Chaparral is your East Tennessee truck authority, right in the heart of the Motor Mile. Family owned and operated for over 3 decades, and that's really no bull.
Hi, Stan. Can we help you?
Well, these hearing aids are working so good, I thought I heard you scooping that ice cream.
Yes, what flavor would you like?
Well, I'm not sure.
How about some of our Superman ice cream to go with your super hearing?
If you have a hearing loss, come down to Falls Plaza Hearing Center today and get it licked.
Call us today for a free evaluation and hear for yourself.
In the Falls Plaza Professional Building.
With the first pick in the Jersey Mike's Catering Box Draft, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's going to go. So,
The Jersey Mike's Catering Box, a sub above.
Since 1936, Modern Chevrolet in Honaker has put thousands of people in the region into cars and trucks. You might be thinking, how has a dealership continued to operate for over 80 years? By treating people right. Also, if you need a trailer, truck bed, or other equipment, the Modern Super Center on Highway 19 in Lebanon provides 10 acres of choices. Check out our websites, modernchevrolet.com and modernsupercenter.com to see our inventory at both locations. If we don't have it, we'll work hard to find it for you.
Shane Wicks, head coach of the Honaker Tigers, joining us now before we start the third quarter. Coach, you had that big score to end the half to get it to 30-14, but how do you slow down that Rye Cove ground attack at over 300 yards rushing in the first half?
We've got to tackle better. We're staying too high, not wrapping up basic fundamental stuff. They're running hard, but we've definitely got to wrap up, make better tackles.
Coach, you got a great player in Peyton Music at quarterback. Giving him some time to throw the ball, he can find some open receivers. I know you all probably talked about the protection there at halftime.
Yeah, I got to protect him. Got to be crisper on routes, and even his opportunities when he can run, we want to use that as well.
How critical, Coach, is it for your defense to get a stop here in this first possession of the third quarter?
We need to get a stop, get our offense back on the field, put us back in the game here.
Coach, thank you for your time and best of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, that's Shane Wicks, head coach of the Honaker Tigers. His team down 30-14. Coach, here's the first half stats. What jumps out to you?
Rushing yardage. Look at 306 yards rushing for Rye Cove in the first half. Coaches would be satisfied with that with a game. And of course, over on the other side of the field, you can see Honaker's passing. They've already passed for 100 yards, total 171 yards. First downs are equal. Big play offenses. That's the reason you've got a score of 30-14 right now on the board. Time of possession, Rye Cove's running the ball. Of course, they're going to keep the ball longer.
Yeah, the Eagles have to like this first half. The question is, if they can score in this first possession in the second half, does that kind of make it out of reach? We'll find out. We'll be back with the second half kickoff right after this.
Mountain Area Ford dealers are proud to recognize our News 5 Sports Scholar Athletes of the Week, celebrating excellence in academics and athletics.
Every week, News 5 and your Mountain Area Ford dealers are honoring student athletes from each school playing on Friday Night Rivals for their accomplishments both on and off the field. First up is Morgan Bledsoe of Rye Cove. Morgan is a region champion in both track and cross country. She holds a 4.1 GPA, and she volunteers as a summer assistant at Duffield Primary School. Our recipient from Honaker is Callie Miller. Callie is an all-district volleyball and basketball player and was a member of the Tiger State Championship team in 2020. She has a 4.0 GPA and volunteers with the league volleyball and basketball.
All Scholar athletes have the opportunity to compete for a $5,000 scholarship to be awarded at the end of the season.
The Martin Dentistry Smile Cam here. The Honaker fans looking forward to a big comeback here in the second half. We're going to see the Honaker defense on the field first, and Coach touched on how critical it is to get a stop and get that ball back to their offense. But Rye Cove, over 300 yards rushing in the first half. Coach, I would imagine much of the same for them. If Rye Cove cuts down on their penalties, it's going to be hard for Honaker to stop them, I think.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see anything different out of Rye Cove's offense. It worked in the first half. I'm sure you're going to see the same thing here in the second half. As Coach mentioned, they got to do a better job tackling over there. They got to tackle at the line of scrimmage. They can't let them have all the push up front and get into the secondary.
Jackson Dye will kick things off here for Honaker to start the second half. And if you're Rye Cove, you have your antenna up here for maybe watch a little short kick here or anything?
Yeah, you can see they've got 6 guys up there within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. I don't think it's going to go real deep.
A little short kick that lands at the 22. Rye Cove's going to have pretty good field position out at the 35 as Cole Barnett returns that one. He's been their main return man tonight.
Yeah, you can see once he caught the ball, he tried to get back in the middle of the field where that wedge was to get some blocking in there. You know, both teams have had good field positions on kickoffs. They're not kicking it deep, so they're starting on their own 35-yard line.
It is amazing at the high school level. We do these games. The schools that have a kicker that can put the ball in the end zone makes a big difference when you got to start at the 20 compared to now here the 35 or so, 40, where most of these drives tonight have been starting. Man in motion, it's going to be up the middle on first down for Rye Cove, just how they started the first half with a run play. Not many pass plays for the Eagles. That was Will Rollins on that first down carry.
Yeah, Rollins there, he's just running straight up off the right tackle, right guard that time. Great defense by Honaker that time, just stopping them at the line of scrimmage. You can see they've got 9 guys, 10 guys within 5 yards of the football.
Zach Hurley in on the tackle for Honaker. 2nd and 7. Roach Hodge going to try and turn it outside. He's brought down after a gain of 3.
Honaker did a really good job of blocking inside. I mean, jamming up inside that time, so there was no host to run in. He had to bounce it outside. And you can see the corner coming up there to make the tackle as Jackson.
3rd and 4. Honaker could use the stop here. Rye Cove, it's not a matter of if they're going to run it, but who they're going to give it to here on 3rd and 4. They got a lot of options. Lane, he is going to throw it on 3rd down. And he's got Roach Hodge open for a big gain and almost into our red hat there, Steve Honaker.
Yeah, you can see on this right here, Clark got caught looking in the backfield. The cornerback that time, he just ran by him and sort of like a little fade route to the outside that time. And Lane just puts the ball right into his hands there, and all he had to do is catch it, get on upfield.
There's our red hat, Steve Honaker. Fleet of foot to get out of the way of those bodies coming his way.
He's had to get out of a lot of way over the years as an official.
Lane is going to keep this one across the 30 down to the 29 for Landon Lane. This Rye Cove offense doing what they did in the first half, moving the ball.
Yeah, you can see Zach Hurley was able to get through a gap there in the backfield, wrap him up to hold him for a 5-yard gain there on first down.
Gain of 5 on first down for Landon Lane, the senior quarterback for Rye Cove. the middle they go on 2nd and 5. Look at that push for a first down, almost maybe a yard, maybe half a yard short.
I think it's a first down. The official stopped the clock there. I was looking over to the sideline.
First down indeed.
Just like you said, that push right in the middle there. They just kept on churning their legs. Going forward.
Landon Lane on the quarterback keeper on that one. Ball at the 23-yard line.
You get the same old, same old. 2 tight ends, 2 wings in the motion.
Lane's going to keep it. He really rode Rollins there, but he decided to keep it.
Yeah, mesh point was really good that time, riding up in the line. He pulled it, was following him. Was able to pick up good positive yardage there on first down.
Rye Cove taking over 3 minutes so far in this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, you can see the numbers there in the first half of the time of possession. Starting out here in the second half with the same thing.
Goins going to take the pitch off the right side. Blake Goins in for the touchdown for Rye Cove, 17 yards, and the Eagles made a statement to start the game. They make another one here to start the second half.
Yeah, you had great blocking at the point of attack. You can see they pulled a guard right here and was able to kick out the end into the end zone. Another touchdown. Jackson Dye was trying to make the tackle, but couldn't get him down to after he crossed the goal line.
The offensive line for Rye Cove has done major work tonight. 36-14, Eagles. 2-point conversion. They're going to go back to Goins. He got the touchdown, and he's going to add 2 more. Rye Cove 38, Honaker 14. You're watching Friday Night Rivals on WCYB.
The versatile Toyota RAV4 is ready for anything on or off the road.
This RAV4 is a hybrid EV, so you can take your adventures even further.
Check out all this cargo space.
That's what you call room with a view.
Now you can get a new 24 RAV4 and get low 4.99 APR financing.
Or lease a RAV4 from $339 a month with 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Book your room now. Toyota. Let's go places.
At ETSU Health, compassionate, expert care is at the heart of our mission. Our patients say,
best doctors ever. They treat you like you're someone, and they explain thoroughly to you.
And the primary care physician was so nice and kind. She took her time and listened to me.
My experience with ETSU Health is always good. Everyone is very friendly and helpful.
I really appreciate what you guys are doing for me. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Receive the patient-centered care you deserve at ETSU Health.
Welcome back to Honaker, Virginia. The Rye Cove Eagles spoiling the party here for the home team, up 38-14. At this point now for Honaker, pretty much every time they have the ball, they need to score to get back in this one, down by 24 points.
They've got a big play offense. It's just a matter of finding the people open, giving your quarterback time to throw the ball.
Roach Hodge with a squib kick that's going to go out of bounds.
Was it? No, they're saying it wasn't touched. So he didn't touch the ball, and it was Levi Honaker, number 4, looked like that he might have touched it. They're talking about it right here. They're going to see. Yep. Yep, that's what he said. Nope, he didn't touch it.
Illegal procedure on the kicking team. Ball kicked out of bounds. 5-yard penalty. We'll re-kick.
They want a chance to return the ball. Kicking it again.
That last drive for Rye Cove was 7 plays, 65 yards, took almost 4 minutes off the clock, 3:46 to be exact.
Kicking off from the 35-yard line this time.
Rye Cove scored 62 points in each of their first 2 games this season. They have 38 tonight early in the third quarter against the best team they've played so far this year, Honaker. Roach Hodge kicks this one in the air. And the Tigers can't get it back to the 40 as Keaton Smith returns that one. Pretty good coverage there for Rye Cove.
Yeah, excellent job. Staying in your lanes, looking for a cutback, and he was going to cross the field. Excellent tackle on the kickoff team that time. Honaker needs to get their offense untracked, and I'm sure that Coach Sayers, V.I. Sayers, their defensive coordinator, talked to him about pass coverage at halftime. And getting them to push up front. They've been putting pressure on the quarterback. It's a matter if they can contain him.
Music going to run it on first down, and he's brought down by Rollins after a gain of 2.
Yeah, Rollins was just sitting there waiting that time, just watching the quarterback, able to make a good tackle. Music was only able to pick up a couple yards right here. You can see number 4, he just comes right up there from his middle linebacker spot. He wasn't blocked.
Second down, throws low from Peyton Music to Avery Music.
Just a little low on the outside that time. Was getting in between the linebacker and the corner that time. Found a little open area, but couldn't come up with it.
Third and 8 for Honaker, down by 24. Good protection. Music, plenty of time, doesn't have anybody open. Now he's going to throw it intercepted for the 3rd time tonight. This one by Luke Jesse. This Rye Cove defense, coach, 3 interceptions tonight.
Yeah, what was happening that time with Music, he was trying to get it over top of the corner out there, sitting in the flats and getting it to Johnson. And you can see just a great play over there on the outside. Directing traffic, gets up, gets the ball. Jesse comes down with an interception. So once again, Rye Cove's got great field position. So I guess Coach Sayers did talk to his defense about pass coverage at halftime.
3 interceptions. Caden Bowen, Hamilton Osborne also with interceptions for Rye Cove. Goins get the pitch to the right. He's got a lot of room to run. Blake Goins down to the 30. Rye Cove continues to exert their will here on the ground.
Yeah, Avery Music was able to get the stop that time. If not, he's going to have a touchdown.
Really a 3-headed monster at running back with Blake Goins.
Yeah, Clark got a hold of him to slow him down. Avery Music finished him off, but now they're all the way down to Honaker's 30-yard line here.
Carter, Roach Hodge, and Will Rollins, those 3. Then you have Lane, really 4 guys who all run the ball pretty equally here for Rye Cove. This time is back to Goins, down to the 26.
Yeah, they got 5 men at the line of scrimmage, and they walked up a linebacker, so they've got 6 linemen up there right now.
What does this do for an offense for Rye Cove when you have 4 guys who pretty much all interchangeably can run the ball?
Yeah, and what you're getting at the point of attack, you've got 5 blockers at the point of attack because you got 3 backs all blocking for each other, whether it's the quarterback or the halfbacks. And then you've got the 2 linemen where you're running to, so you've got 5 people every time wherever you run the ball.
Goins has been the man on this drive so far. Now it's going to be a toss to the other side to Roach Hodge. He breaks it out to the left. Now a flag comes in, another flag comes in, and another flag comes in. 3.
Yeah, that just he bounced it to the outside. You had Goins blocking on the corner on the outside there, and I think they're going to get him for a hold this time, number 7.
We only have 5 officials on this crew, and 3 of them threw a flag on that play.
We'll see what they call here.
During the run, holding, offense number 7. Be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, 2nd down.
They call it on number 7, Blake Owens, right here on the left side of your screen. That's the call right there. And again, 60% of the officials threw a flag on that play.
Yeah, this is really a good crew. They usually do a really good job. Back when I was coaching years ago, I've had these guys.
Yeah, Chris Davis, Brad Christian, Cecil Coleman, John Campbell, Johnny Poole, our 5-man crew tonight. They're going to give it on second down to Goins, the man who just got called for the penalty, and he gets that yardage back as they go back inside the 20.
Yeah, once again, you had Avery Music saving a touchdown there. Looks like he might be shaking up a little bit on the play.
Blake Goins going to stay down on the turf after that run, and we will take a timeout while the Eagles attend to Goins.
Looking for a truck? Chaparral's got you covered. Trucks, trucks, and more trucks. Chaparral is your East Tennessee truck authority, right in the heart of the Motor Mile. Family owned and operated for over 3 decades, and that's really no bull.
I'm Chili Billy Jones. That was me as a baby. Cute, right? Now, ever since I can remember, I've loved chili. You can probably tell. Especially Pal's Chili Burger. One tasty all-beef patty, covered in chili, cheese, and onions. I'm a big fan. Even got my own chili bits, all ready for the occasion. It's Chili Billy time.
Chili lovers rejoice. The Chili Burger, only at Pal's. Great food in a flash.
I love you.
At Tri-City Fence, our mission is to provide quality products and superior craftsmanship. For 30 years, we've been installing fencing at homes and businesses to provide the safety and security your family and pets need.
Call us today for a free estimate.
Welcome back. Here is the replay. Blake Goins, the junior, gets injured at the end of this run right here. The slow-mo replay here. Watch as he falls down on that right shoulder. Very little give in this artificial turf.
Yeah, you could see him go down on it. His weight and Music's weight too. So yeah, he got up and then he just went right back down.
Nice hand here for Blake Goins. Again, the junior holding that right arm. He's part of that 3-headed monster tailback. All 3 are juniors there with Carter Roach Hodge, Will Rollins, and Goins.
Let's just hope it's not serious, and if it was a dislocated, they would have popped it back in. Probably looks like by the way he's holding his arm right there. Let's hope it's not a broken collarbone.
The result of the play was a first down for Goins. Certainly a luxury that this Rye Cove team has. Again, when you have 3 guys plus the quarterback all running the ball, 1 guy leaves with an injury, you still have 3 others, and now someone else may get an opportunity to step into that role as well.
Maybe, let's see.
Looks like Cole Barnett is back there now, number 20.
Yeah, number 20's in the game, Barnett, playing that left wing.
He's been the one returning kickoffs for Rye Cove. It's going to be Roach Hodge on first down. Look at him just pulling that pile. The lineman just making moves, creating space.
Wow, that's as an offensive line coach and as a running football team, I mean that's what you're looking for. Oh, we got an unsportsman coming here.
A late flag after the play.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's unsportsman. It's not no personal foul there. That's not good, he's telling me. Uh-oh.
After the play, dead ball, unsportsmanlike on the offense. Number 9, dead ball, unsportsmanlike, 61 of the defense. Those will offset.
Yeah, what we've had there, they've been talking a little smack to each other.
These 2 not in the same district, but they did play again twice last season, including the region championship game. Honaker won that game 28-18. Rye Cove, Coach Collier telling me earlier this week that this is a game they've had on their minds for a while. Roach Hodge on second down inside the 10. That'll set up a 1st and goal.
And on that play right there, they were able to stop them. They got their 1st down. But trailing the play that time was Dudley coming in there, and he actually looked like he was right behind it, but they were able to make a good play on that left-hand side there. Sox coming in at defensive end.
Under 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Rye Cove up 38-14, knocking on the door of another touchdown here. They are going to give it to Barnett, and he's going to be close to a touchdown. No signal. They're saying he's short.
Yeah, I'd say his knee went down just short of the goal line that time.
And he appears to maybe be cramping here. Cole Barnett, the sophomore. He almost had a touchdown. Good call. He was down.
Excellent call.
And he's going to stay down on the field here.
Some people don't always believe you when you say there's good officials, but yeah, that was a good call right there. Yeah, you hate to get a cramp after your first carry on offense. Now you're going out of the game and somebody else is going to take your place.
See Landon Lane, the quarterback, helping out his tailback there, helping stretch out the leg. And he helps him up. That's the sophomore, Cole Barnett. It's a pretty young Rye Cove team. They have just 8 seniors on the roster, 14 juniors, 17 sophomores.
Good team this year. It looks like they're building for the future as well.
Coach Collier telling me, I think he said they had 23 8th graders, which they will obviously be at high school next year as they're going to gain 23. Maybe not all of them will stick with it, but then only losing 8 seniors. So they have 47 kids, I believe, is what he told me earlier this week on the roster. That's pretty big for a 1A school.
Really big, and you've got them in the weight room and are lifting weights. And
we got a penalty.
Quick whistle. It's going to be, and maybe Honaker lined up off sides on defense this time. We'll see what the call is.
Dead ball. Encroachment, defense, half the distance, still 2nd down.
Coach Wicks is not happy about that. We're probably going to see the same play again. It's just going to be maybe a foot closer. I don't know. it's right down there at the goal line.
They call it the tush push in Philly. We'll call this maybe the eagle entrance here. They're going to make room for an eagle to run into the end zone here.
Hey, it's they're looking to the sideline. It's 40-second clock's running.
They got plenty of time.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if it wasn't a push play. They've been running it all night. Oh, yeah.
Look at this formation. It's an easy tell. It's going to be Landon Lane and the massive humanity in for another Rye Cove touchdown.
You know, they really don't have an answer for that in the NFL on how to stop that. I mean, Philly's been doing it now for a while, and evidently Rye Cove is bought into it, and it is working well tonight against Honaker. It is hard to stop. I mean, when you're that big up front and getting that, you look at you got 9 guys in there on the pile.
Another touchdown for Landon Lane with the assist of his lineman, and they're going to go for 2 once again. Lane will be in the shotgun, see if he runs it off to the right side here. He does, and he gets in for the 2-point conversion. Rye Cove up 46-14 over Honaker. We're taking a timeout, but we'll be back right after this.
Looking for a truck? Chaparral's got you covered. Trucks, trucks, and more trucks. Chaparral is your East Tennessee truck authority, right in the heart of the Motor Mile. Family owned and operated for over 3 decades, and that's really no bull.
Don't let rising energy costs catch you off guard this winter. Make your home as energy efficient as possible with Provia insulated siding from Wholesale Vinyl and Aluminum in Abington, Virginia. Tested and proven to increase the R value of an exterior wall, Cedar Max is one of the most energy efficient exteriors on the market. We can create the right look for you. Trendy modern farmhouse, craftsman, or traditional. Shop online at wholesalevinyl.net or in our showroom on Lee Highway in Abington. Wholesale Vinyl and Aluminum. Quality vinyl products at the best price.
We are helping you get ready for fall with a fun DIY.
We are helping you transform those faux pumpkins with some cocktail napkins. It's a project you can do on a budget.
You'll find this project on our website, southerntableshow.com.
Welcome back to Honaker, Virginia. Rye Cove dominating here in the second half, up 46-14. That last scoring drive, 8 plays, 57 yards, over 4 minutes off the clock. Rye Cove now has 412 yards rushing through 2 3/4 of a quarter.
That's just unreal that you're able to rush the ball for that many yards.
A 32-point lead for Rye Cove. A line drive kickoff. Honaker going to return that out to the 44. Coming up in the fourth quarter, we'll have our Toyota drive of the game. A beautiful shot there from our Sky 5 drone over Fuller Field at EMAT Stadium.
Once again, they've got great field position here as McLaughlin grabbed that and got upfield quick.
See the American flag there in the bottom left of your screen. It's been blowing pretty good. And I talked to Doug Hubbard, the longtime head coach, and he said this is not the traditional way the wind blows up here. Usually it's going the other way, so it's kind of odd, he said, that the wind's blowing right to left on your television screen. Normally it's left to right. You got a penalty marker thrown at the end of that catch there by Isaac Johnson.
Yeah, it's probably he grabbed up around the helmet area. I don't know if he got the face mask or not. We'll see. So they're going to tack on yardage to this play right here.
During the run, personal foul, face mask on the defense, number 12. 15 yards tacked on to the end of the run. First down.
They call it on number 12 there, Brady Darnell. You can see him grab the face mask with the left hand, and he tries to pull down Johnson.
Yeah, good call right there. Good camera work.
And we get another flag before this play, and oh boy, that was a good thing they pulled up right there.
Yeah, that was good. That time we had a big collision right there.
Dead ball, false start, offense number 55, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Bowen's sitting back there about 10 yards back. He read that all the way, coming out of the backfield that time. Number 23, the safety on this side of the field.
First and 15, and we have another false start. The receivers were on 1, the line was on 2.
Yeah, another mess up. That's bad
Dead
for Honaker right now,
false
going in the wrong direction.
Offense, number 19. It's a 5-yard penalty. Again, it remains first down.
Picked up the first down, then they got the penalty, and so they was in great field position down almost the 30-yard line. Now they're backed up past the 40.
First and 20, Music under heavy pressure. Gonna throw it back across, caught on a sliding catch there. Nice job there by Blair Clark, the freshman.
Yeah, Paley's chasing him down from behind as well as Osborne. Had Music on the run that time. Able to complete the pass, get some of that yardage back from the penalties.
Seven-yard gain on first and 20 for Music. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Jackson Dye going to take the jet sweep past the original line of scrimmage, down near the 35. He'll be about 5 yards short of a first down.
Yeah, Rocco's defense, they were getting blocked out there, but you can see Darnell coming up, helping make the stop with Jesse, I believe, that time.
3rd and 5 for Honaker. Music's going to keep it. He's got the first down inside the 20, runs out of bounds. A Pal's first down and inside the Toyota red zone there for Peyton Music.
Another really good fake in the backfield off that jet sweep. You can see it right here. The defense goes with it. Able to pull the ball. Great job by Music that time. Got upfield. Darnell run him out of bounds after the first down.
The Rye Cove crowd trying to rally behind their defense, get another stop here. Music across the middle, looking in the end zone. He's got a man open, touchdown, Honaker. That's his brother, Avery Music, with the touchdown, 18 yards, makes it 46-20.
Yeah, that was really a great route. If you look back at this, 21's coming in on the right side underneath the safety. He jumps 21, and then Music goes behind him. Great route by Avery Music, great pass by Peyton Music, and they gave him time to throw the ball that time, sitting back in the pocket.
Honaker will go for 2, Peyton Music. He's got some room to the right to run. Now he's going to throw it short side. That's incomplete. 2-point conversion, no good. Your score, Rye Cove 46, Honaker 20 late in the 3rd quarter. You're watching Friday Night Rivals.
Catch the biggest plays and final scores on Friday Night Huddle with the News 5 Sports Team every Friday night during News 5 at 11. Sponsored by Ingalls, Champion Chevrolet, and Pals.
Would you like to see your event on News 5? We'd love to share what's going on in your community.
Just upload about a minute of footage at WCYB.com/chime-in and let us know who gets credit for the footage.
Your Mountain Area Ford dealers are proud to recognize our News 5 Sports Scholar Athletes of the Week.
Our recipient from Honaker is Callie Miller. Callie is an all-district volleyball and basketball player and was a member of the Tiger State Championship team in 2020. She has a 4.0 GPA and volunteers with Little League volleyball and basketball.
All Scholar athletes have the opportunity to compete for a $5,000 scholarship to be awarded at the end of the season.
The Honaker cheerleaders on the Martin Dentistry Smile Cam tonight. Their team just scored a touchdown to get a little bit closer. Rye Cove still leading 46-20. Late in the 3rd quarter here on Friday the 13th. Are you superstitious at all, Coach?
No, I actually had a lot of good luck on Friday the 13th. I can remember when I was just a little kid. Did some fishing and actually found some minnow buckets that washed down the creek.
Onside kick attempt here. Ball bounces up in the air a couple of times at Rye Cove. He falls on it. That really needed to bounce Honaker's way there, but it did not.
That was almost like a tip drill when you throw a pass to get your defense to react to it and get the interception. You see that ball's up in the air and it's tipped twice. Rye Cove comes down with it.
Honaker tries the onside kick, down by 26 here late in the 3rd quarter.
He's talking about the number 13. I don't want the number 13, but for some reason, I just think people are asking for trouble when they get the number 13.
Toss on first down for Rye Cove to Barnett. He's going to get about 5.
Yeah, he did a good job just following his blockers up through there. And you can see Clark comes in from behind to grab a hold of him to bring him down. Big yardage there.
Under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter, Rye Cove. Now the question is, will they be able to match their season output? They scored exactly 62 points in each of their first 2 games. They're knocking on the door. 62 here with a quarter to go at 46. Roach Hodge on the toss on 2nd down. He's going to be close to a first down. We'll see where they mark it.
Running hard up through there. Coming up again from the secondary to make the tackle that time. At number 5, Jackson Dye.
They give him a first down.
Number 2.
Rye Cove does not need to run another play, and they will not. You see Coach Collier telling his team to come on over here as the final 10 seconds of the third quarter come off the clock. Rye Cove up big, 46-20. We have 12 minutes to go here from Honaker.
To Virginia Farm Bureau insurance agent Aaron Bostic, hometown means a lot. It means serving local communities in all of Southwest Virginia, which agent Aaron Bostic does. Aaron has been providing local service with a personal touch for years. Aaron Bostic is your local Virginia Farm Bureau agent who becomes your friend. For auto, for farm, for life. Call Aaron Bostic, 276-701-7625.
The Summer Sales Event is going on now at the all-new Kia of Johnson City. Drive away in a brand new Kia Forte LX or a Kia Soul LX for just $299 a month. Come check out the new state-of-the-art facilities, and while you're here, register to win tickets to see Morgan Wallen at Neyland Stadium in September. That's right, Kia of Johnson City is giving away 2 pairs of tickets to see Morgan, and all you have to do is stop by and register today. Come see us today and shop us online at KiaJC.com.
Living Water Vein Institute and Medical Spa in Johnson City, your region's center of excellence for varicose and spider vein treatment, is proud to open our newest center in Southwest Virginia in Abingdon.
Dr. Berry is the only triple certified vein specialist in the region, treating veins in the feet, legs, hands, and face, offering both invasive and non-invasive treatments. We can help where others have failed.
At Living Water Vein Institute and Medical Spa, whether your need is medical or cosmetic, we will help you look and feel your best. Now in both Johnson City and Abingdon.
It's been said you shouldn't mess with a good thing. But when you get behind the wheel of the 2024 Toyota Tacoma, you'll know why we did. We took the best-selling truck in its class the past 19 years and made it better with trail-dominating power, legendary capability, and high-end performance. This Tacoma is built for fun, inside and out. Now it's your turn. Get 5.99 APR financing on a new 24 Tacoma, or lease one now for $319 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
You're watching Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by ETSU Health.
There's the moon on Friday the 13th. We start the fourth quarter, 1st and 10 for Rye Cove in Honaker territory. It's going to be a run on 1st down. We've maybe said that a time or 2 or 10 before. Cole Barnett getting almost 10. They're going to say 9, I think maybe half a yard short.
Yeah, they did everything they could do on defense that time. When you have 11 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, when the ball snapped, there's not, I mean, it's just blocking, hard running. And you can see the safety finally comes up there and makes the tackle that time. You had in the middle of the field, Avery Music was playing safety.
Cole Barnett has come in to replace Blake Goins, who was injured in the 3rd quarter. He has not been back in the game. That time, Honaker's defense makes a tackle for loss there on Landon Lanus. He keeps that one. That was Eli McLaughlin.
Yeah, you can see they changed their defense. It's like they got 1 linebacker in the middle, and they got 8 guys on the line of scrimmage right now.
Nice play there by Eli McLaughlin, the junior.
Corners are outside. You got the safety. He's sitting there right behind the linebacker. Here we go again.
3rd and 3 for Rye Cove. They're going to toss that one to Zach Lane.
You can see there that it was clogged up at the point of the tack. He got tackled from behind that time. So really the great defense. See where they spot the ball.
Going to be 4th down as Zach Lane needed 3. They're going to give him 2. So 4th and 1 for Rye Cove. Carter Roach Hodge comes into the game here for this 4th down play. He's going to replace Lane, who just had the carry. Play clock is down to 8. Rye Cove's going to have to hurry here.
Same defense once again.
And they're going to give it to Roach Hodge. He breaks through for a first down and a lot more. Down to the 15-yard line as that ground game continues to roll on for the Eagles.
And that's what happens right there when you have everybody at the line of scrimmage. Once he breaks through, the safety has to make the tackle, and Avery Music was able to get over there and make the tackle. You can see him right there, number 3.
Down to the 25-yard line, Rye Cove, 9:30 and counting in the fourth quarter. Eagles on their way to a 3-0 start to the season. In a small measure of maybe revenge for losing twice to Honaker last year. The only 2 games Rye Cove lost a season ago to this Honaker team. Up the middle goes Rollins. He's going to be close to the 20. They'll mark him at the 21.
Yeah, just straight ahead blocking. We're coming at you.
Give a shout out to this offensive line. Got big Ethan Lawson, Caden Bishop, Trevor Darnell, Clayton Austin, Cooper Bowen. Those guys deserve an extra cheeseburger or 2 tonight.
I'm sure they'll be able to eat it after this game. I mean, every play you're smash mouth, you're getting hit.
Roach Hodge on the toss, inside the 20, close to another first down, maybe a yard short.
Yeah, just a little sweep, and everybody's leading and blocking right at the point of attack right here.
I don't know if I've ever seen a quarterback that blocks as much as Lane does as a lead blocker.
Hey, that's the way it is in this offense. Sullivan North did it all the time. Johnson made a really good play over there to save him from getting a first down and maybe getting into the end zone.
3rd and 1 for the Eagles, and we got a penalty marker.
We're going to have somebody move it on the offense right here. Got a false start.
Dead ball. False start. Offense number 73. 5-yard penalty. It remains 3rd down.
3rd and 1 becomes 3rd and 6.
That's going to be a big help for Honaker's defense, but it's 4-down territory, so they're going for it if they don't get a first down.
That moves the ball back to the 21. Lane's going to attempt to throw it here on 3rd and 6. That one's going to be intercepted. Landon Lane intercepted. Honaker's got some room to run. This one could go a long way. Blair Clark, can Lane catch him? He drags him down inside the 15.
I think they're wanting a penalty because he got him from behind there. His officials wasn't down there. I don't think anybody could see that. He's on a horse collar call.
So Landon Lane makes a rare mistake, intercepted by Blair Clark. And he takes it all the way back inside the Rye Cove 15-yard line.
Yeah, Clark made a great play there, just right in front of the receiver. He's looking for Jesse on a crossing route there. You can see he gets him by the shoulder pads right here in the back. Then comes around, and yeah, they were wanting a penalty on that.
So the freshman for Honaker making a big play. Blair Clark, Peyton Music, a short field. Honaker needs points, and they need them quickly. Music looking left. He's got Jackson Dye inside the 10. Dye trying to break out of another tackle. He's going to be just shy of the 5, mark him at the 7.
Yeah, completed pass headed out into flesh that time. Dye tried to put a move on him right here after he catches the ball, able to come up and make the tackle in the secondary that time for Rye Cove.
There's an injured Rye Cove player down.
That was number 20, Barnett, that made the tackle. He got a cramp, looks like. You know, you don't want to see cramps, but if a person's down on the field, you like to see a cramp because, hey, he's not injured. There's nothing going on there with a knee or ankle or shoulder or anything. So
6:50 remaining in the fourth quarter. Honaker down 26, looking to cut into that lead here.
Got a great opportunity here after that turnover. I'm thinking about music to music here, maybe. I'm sure Rye Cove's aware of that.
Fans of all ages out here tonight enjoying this one. Probably one of the younger fans in attendance tonight. Maybe a future member of the football team for one of these two schools. And that was Cole Barnett, who had a cramp and will come out for at least the play.
We've got Music and Jackson both going to the short side of the field. They're on Rye Cove's side of the field as far as sidelines are concerned. We'll see what happens here. Usually you don't run a slant from the short side.
They'll wind the clock here. 2nd and 3. Music looking right, fires wide open for the touchdown is Honaker. Isaac Johnson, the senior. Now it's a 20-point game at 46-26.
Oh yeah, that's a beautiful, that was like a little curl route back to the back of the end zone there. You see the guy goes in motion. They're looking at him out here in the motion. Right there, he's curled up in the empty space. Nobody's there. Great route by number 19 that time for Honaker, Johnson. Changed the formation. We got 5 wide this time. Still rushing 3.
Music looking left, back across the middle. That one is dropped by Jackson. I know that's Braden Marsh, number 2.
Yeah, Marsh had it in his hand there.
We'll be back on Toyota's Friday Night Rivals. Rye Cove up by 20.
Looking for a truck? Chaparral's got you covered. Trucks, trucks, and more trucks. Chaparral is your East Tennessee truck authority, right in the heart of the Motor Mile. Family owned and operated for over 3 decades, and that's really no bull.
I'm Chili Billy Jones. That was me as a baby. Cute, right? Now, ever since I can remember, I've loved chili. You can probably tell. Especially Pal's Chili Burger. One tasty all-beef patty, covered in chili, cheese, and onions. I'm a big fan. Even got my own chili bits, all ready for the occasion. It's Chili Billy time.
Chili lovers rejoice. The Chili Burger, only at Pal's. Great food in a flash.
I love you.
At Virginia Farm Bureau Insurance, hometown means a lot. It means having offices right around the corner, providing truly local service with a personal touch. Connect with your local Farm Bureau insurance agents in Scott County today.
Welcome back to Honaker, Virginia. Expect maybe another onside kick here by Honaker, down 20 with 6:40 to go in the game.
Yeah, I think what we're going to see right here, you'll see that ball go bounce, bounce, and then it's going to be really high. Over there on that sideline, you can see Music. He's going to be in...
We've got a timeout for Rye Cove here.
I thought they were all going to run over there for the ball. Yeah, it was...
While there's a timeout, we'll do our Toyota drive of the game. We're going to go all the way back to the first quarter. The first drive of the game, Rye Cove starting inside their own 10-yard line. Carter Roach Hodge, the first big play of the game. There's been many of them tonight. That really kind of flipped the field in Rye Cove's favor. The Eagles continue to keep it on the ground. Will Rollins breaking tackles. And then when they got down inside the 2, it was Landon Lane on the touchdown. That was the Toyota drive of the game, and that really set the tone in this one, that first drive for Rye Cove.
Yeah, they've done the same thing all night, the same formation. 2 tight ends in there really tight, 2 wings motion, and just running the ball at you right up the middle and off tackle. And when the off tackle's covered, they bounce it outside. And now it's just a 20-point game right now. With Honaker's quick score offense, that, you know, you can look, they can put points on the board pretty quick. And right here, we're going to see the onside kick. I was talking about it before they called a timeout. I think you're going to see the bounce, and up high in the air. And you've probably got 2 of the better athletes on the team over there Peyton Music and Avery Music going to try to come down with this ball.
This ball must go 10 yards before Honaker can touch it. And now we got a flag before. Comes way in there. Good throw there by Chris Davis.
Dead ball. Illegal kick formation on the offense, number 13. He moved on the other side of the kicker before the ball was kicked, placing 7 men on one side of the ball.
Good explanation by Chris Davis.
New rule went into effect a few years back. It's not been in long.
You have to have equal number of players on both sides.
Well, you can have 6. You can go 6 and 4. You can't go 7 and 3, plus the kicker.
So they'll back him up 5 into the 35. Jackson Dye will try it again here. Again, the ball must go 10 yards before a Honaker player can touch it.
Must have tried to bounce it off a player on that last kick.
This one going to be caught and to the ground for Rye Cove. Smart thing to do right there.
Yeah, good play on the front men for Rye Cove that time. That's Jesse. We've called his name a few times tonight. Number 14, Luke Jesse. I think he might have didn't get that second hop in there. He just got one hop and he was able to pull it down. And once again, Rye Cove's an excellent field position. And
there you go. There's that one hop, and Jesse.
Good hands up front.
Holds on to that for dear life. All right, Rye Cove taking over in Honaker territory. 6:35 to go. The way they can chew up clock. Zach Lane breaking through. The heck with that. He's going to go all the way for the touchdown. 47 yards. Zach Lane, the junior, gets in the end zone for the first time.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot different than what we've seen all night. He was just able to break it there at the line of scrimmage. You can see they got everybody up there in the safety. He just can't see the ball. Music. And then once he does find it, it's a little late.
Just a huge hole right there for Lane.
Yeah, great blocking.
That gives Rye Cove 52 points. They're still 10 off their season average. Neither team has attempted an extra point tonight.
Oh, we were in that power formation over there on that right-hand side.
And now they're going to go a little counter. And it's going to be denied as Roach Hodge comes up short. Time now for our Toyota School Spotlight as Rye Cove adds another touchdown courtesy of Zach Lane.
Tonight's School Spotlight is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer.
Just try to do my job to the best of my ability, and I want the kids to have fun in the learning process. You want the kids to have fun in the learning process. They're more apt to remember those things. And just the relationships that you can build with your students help with your classroom management. Miss Goody, which was my former science teacher in high school, who I love dearly, she's a great mentor to me. Her and I designed a scavenger hunt over the school, and the kids absolutely loved it. They went crazy. They find one clue, it leads them to more clues throughout the school, and brings them together, and they work as a team. While they're here, I would like for the kids to learn that there's people who care about them. We have a lot of great resources. I work with some of the best people in the county, hands down, and that we love them, we want them taken care of. We want to send them out of here with a good, solid education and prepare them either for college or for the workforce. Everybody here, I think, is all in on showing them how they feel. Just smiling at a kid every day really helps them, patting them on the back, letting them know that you're there. It goes a long ways.
Welcome back. Rye Cove, another touchdown, and Coach, our stat man, Jimmy Denton, says Rye Cove now has ran the ball for 501 yards.
You look at a lot of offenses in the paper or online, and you can, that's 2 games, maybe even 3 games for lots of teams. That's unbelievable.
And we still have half of a quarter to go here. Little squib kick. Honaker will have excellent field position with 6:22.
Yeah, great play there up front that time to get on the ball there. I believe that was number 12, wasn't it? Gilbert, Malachi Gilbert.
If you're wondering, the running clock in Virginia is 35 points. It's 30 points in Tennessee. So we won't have running clock for a while, if at all, in this one is this 26-point margin for Rye Cove. Rye Cove maybe showing a little pressure off the edge there.
Yeah, we got a linebacker scooting up here on the outside.
Low snap. Music keeps it up the middle, and Peyton Music breaks through the line. He's going to go 54 yards untouched.
Hey, once again, I mean, I know it's picks the snap up, but the fake by the back to keep on running, and Rye Cove really goes for the fake, and the middle opens wide open, and you can see it right there.
The scoreboard operator is going to be worn out after this one tonight, as we now have 84 points scored in this one, and we still have half a quarter to go. Can we get to 100?
Wow, this is unreal.
Tigers going for two. It's going to be a handoff wide to Malachi Gilbert, and that's going to be a legal crackback block.
Yeah, he held up as far as on his block, but he still going to be a crackback there on Music. He didn't run through him. Yeah, he didn't get into the end zones. They'll take the penalty on the kickoff, I'd say.
Keep an eye right here on number 3 coming back. Lane never saw him.
Yeah. Hey, but you know, Zach Lane, he's pretty tough. He's up off the ground. He's ready to go. He's still in the game.
Yeah. Yep.
We were talking about that offense can score pretty quick, and they did.
During the play, personal foul, illegal blindside block on the offense, number 3. That penalty is declined. Kickoff.
And we'll take a timeout as the points
And the try was no good.
continue to roll here in Honaker.
Your Mountain Area Ford dealers are proud to recognize our News 5 Sports Scholar Athletes of the Week, celebrating excellence in academics and athletics.
Morgan Bledsoe of Rye Cove. Morgan is a region champion in both track and cross country. She holds a 4.1 GPA, and she volunteers as a summer assistant at Duffield Primary School.
All Scholar athletes have the opportunity to compete for a $5,000 scholarship to be awarded at the end of the season. The Westridge Wolves versus the David Crockett Pioneers are Toyota's Friday night rivals, September 27th on News 5 WCYB. Join Casey Getz and the News 5 sports team as they bring you live game coverage of some of the biggest and oldest football rivalries in the region. Pre-game coverage begins at 7 p.m. Toyota's Friday night rivals, presented by ETSU Health.
There's Zach Lane, who was the recipient of that blindside block. He appears to be okay. His team up by 20. And we'll have another onside kick here by Honaker as they're down by 20. We've had 2 touchdowns scored in less than a minute between these two teams. This one's going to stay on the ground, and Rye Cove will take over at the 39. You saw the promo there. Our next game will be 2 weeks from tonight. We'll be at David Crockett High School down in Jonesboro on the Tennessee side. They host West Ridge. Next week, we're taking our bye week. Of course, NASCAR will be in town. So we're going to take our off week that we have on Friday Night Rivals. So we'll see you again after tonight. 2 weeks down at David Crockett.
Yeah, that was Zach Lane who got hit on that extra point there, recovering the ball on the onside kick.
So here comes that Rye Cove offense. The last time they had the ball, Zach Lane went a long way for a touchdown, 48 yards. And they're going to give it right back to Lane. This time he gets no yards back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's looking for a little running room that time, and he couldn't find it over there. Really good defense getting up to the line of scrimmage on that outside and stopping that play.
I think it took maybe about 10 to 12 minutes of actual time to play the last minute of this fourth quarter. It's been a long minute from that clock went under 7 till it went under 6.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 for Rye Cove. Up by 20. We got a Honaker player trying to hurry up and get off the field. He does. Roach Hodge gets the pitch, and he's going to lose yards. So Honaker's defense, a couple of nice plays here, setting up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, really good play over here on this right-hand side. You'll see right here by the defense. Blair comes up there, and so does Marsh, and they're able to shut the run down. Marsh came in and finished that off.
Under 5 minutes to go, Honaker forcing a 3rd and 12. They're down by 20. What do the Eagles dial up on 3rd and 12? Lane in motion. And Lane's going to keep it at quarterback, and he's going to be well short, only a gain of 2.
A great defense once again right there in the middle. That's 7 men at the line of scrimmage.
Rye Cove's going to have to punt the ball away here. .4:15 and counting in this one. Landon Lane will punt this one away. And
looks like they're going to go after the punt.
1 man back for Honaker. Play clock down to 3. Rye Cove doing a good job of using the entire play clock, and then we got a penalty. Next week, Rye Cove is going to play Thomas Walker.
Dead ball.
False start.
Snap infraction. Offense. 5-yard penalty. It remains 4th down.
The long snapper must have moved the ball right there before he got the official snap airborne.
Rye Cove will begin Cumberland District play next week against Thomas Walker. Honaker, they're going to be on the road at Holston, who is undefeated. High snap there. Good job by Lane to bring it down. Avery Music going to let that bounce. It's going to take a Rye Cove bounce and another one. And then now roll inside the 5 down to the 3-yard line. So good coverage there by Rye Cove. 3:23 left in the fourth quarter. You look at Class 1 Region D, Rye Cove 3:23 away from being 3-0. Holston 3-0. They beat John Battle big last night. Twin Springs yet to lose a game this year. Eastside yet to lose a game. There's several teams in the mix, but I think this team here we're seeing tonight, Rye Cove, now may be the favorite in Region 1D.
Yeah, just what you said there. You 3 teams from the Cumberland District right there. With Eastside being able, they won a big game there, a county game there early in the season. Twin Springs.
Music's going to keep it on 1st down. He's going to get dragged down for no gain by Rollins.
So you got 3 Cumberland teams are going to be battling it out, and I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see Honaker in the playoffs come the end of the season. Yeah, I think they was trying to run that same play they ran a while ago there. Music trying to get up the middle, but it didn't happen that time.
Under 3 minutes to go here. Music under pressure now. He's going to decide to run. He's out across the 10, out of bounds, nearer 1st down. You mentioned those other 2 teams in the Cumberland District. We will see them later this season We will broadcast Twin Springs at Eastside on October the 18th. So about a month from now, a little over a month, we'll be in Coburn, and that'll be a big one in the Cumberland.
Yeah, that's going to be another exciting football game. You're going to see a hard-fought game, defensively and offensively. I don't know if we'll see as many points as we've had tonight.
It was just short of a first down. Jackson Dye going to take the handoff here. He gets out across the 25, kind of tight ropes the sideline.
Yeah, he was tight roping there and got a lot of extra yards coming up the sideline.
He gets out of bounds to stop the clock, 2:38 to go.
Yeah, big play right there, moving the ball. Now they got some breathing room.
Final scores rolling in tonight. And of course, we had an interesting matchup between Science Hill and Union. Had a Big Stone Gap there as Music. They've got a marker thrown in. Science Hill won that game 31-7.
I think it's probably going to be a hold back there in the backward. We had great pressure coming from the outside that time from the defense. Darnell, number 78. Might grab the hold of him to keep him from getting the Music.
During the run, holding offense number 55. It's a 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. First down.
You know, it's been amazing tonight of how much pressure they put on Music with just 3 guys rushing.
5 receivers after a man in motion here again. There's that 3-man rush, incomplete there.
They're able to get upfield, coming hard from both ends. Now we're going to have a substitution at end. Looks like Darnell is going out.
Second and 20 for Honaker, 2:21 to go.
Got trips over here to the short side of the field where now we got motion.
Music, quick throw outside, so now we got another
great play there. He just came into the ball game that time. That was number 52 for Rye Cove from his defensive end position. That's Clifton Bishop, sophomore. Read it all the way. As soon as that tackle pulled, he headed outside.
Be 3rd and long, under 2 minutes to go here. Looking at the schedule for that Cumberland District, Rye Cove plays Eastside on October 11th. And then we will see Eastside and Twin Springs the next week as a drop there across the middle for Isaac Johnson.
Yeah, that was similar to the play they ran down on the goal line a while ago, and he called it was just a curl pattern there to the inside. He was about 15 yards down the field. You can see he's wide open. Bam. Yeah, they're giving him some cushion back there. You can't get behind us. We'll let you throw it in front of you. You can see Darnell coming in there from his safety spot.
And then Rye Cove and Twin Springs, they play the last week of the season. So if you're looking at the round robin, those are the matchups still to come. Again, none of those 3 teams in the Cumberland play each other for at least another month. 4th and 17, Music directing traffic. He's going to, under pressure, breaks through a couple tackles. He's going down for a sack. And the Rye Cove defense put an exclamation point on this one with a big-time loss on 4th down.
Yeah, he was looking to go deep that time, and where the corners were so far off, they couldn't get behind the defenders. So he was want to scramble around there, and they were able to get to him and bring him down behind the line of scrimmage for stop them on 4th down. Now Rye Cove's got the ball back.
Imagine we may see victory formation here. We'll see what Rye Cove does here. They're inside the red zone, up by 20 with 1:24 to go.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's what it is. Cove's going to take a knee here.
And Landon Lane does take a knee off to do that a couple more times. In this one, Rye Cove will move to 3-0 on the season. And Coach Collier, he told me earlier in the week, again, they've been building 8 wins in the first year, 11 last year. But he said, this is a game we need to take that next step and win a big game. And they did it tonight.
Yeah, this is a very big regular season game. Coming over to Honaker and beating them after they beat you twice last year makes a statement in Region D, Single A. And he's got some more big games ahead of him here in the district this year.
Again, I know it's September 13th, but I'll put you on the spot. I mean, who's your favorite right now in Region 1D? Is it this Rye Cove team or someone else that we haven't seen yet?
Hey, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with this line, the way they came off the ball tonight. I don't know how many yards they ended up with rushing, but like I said earlier, it was over 500 yards. And so anytime you can rush the ball for 500 yards, you're going to win some ball games. The other team's not going to have it a long time.
And that will be the final snap of the game right there. Rye Cove comes on the road, avenges a little bit of payback for last year. They beat Honaker 52-32. This visiting crowd enjoying this one. We'll be back presenting the Friday Night Rivals trophy for the first time ever to Rye Cove. And we'll talk to Gary Collier coming up after this.
Looking for a truck? Chaparral's got you covered. Trucks, trucks, and more trucks. Chaparral is your East Tennessee truck authority, right in the heart of the Motor Mile. Family owned and operated for over 3 decades, and that's really no bull.
Maybe it began way down in the fall when Mama sewed my coat of many colors. You see, love is what stitched our family together, and that love is still here in these mountains and in each and every one of you, because all along you've been the inspiration for it all.
Join us for Dollywood's Harvest Festival, presented by Humana, September 9th through October 28th. Details at Dollywood.com.
Dollywood, love every moment.
All trophies and plaques for WCYB's Friday Night Rivals are provided by Eddie's Trophies and Gift Shop in Bristol. Eddie's Trophies also offers medals, plaques, acrylics, glass, and crystal pieces for your business, school, or sports team. That's Eddie's Trophy and Gift Shop online at eddiestrophies.com.
Since 1936, Modern Chevrolet in Honaker has put thousands of people in the region into cars and trucks. You might be thinking, how has a dealership continued to operate for over 80 years? By treating people right. Also, if you need a trailer, truck bed, or other equipment, the Modern Super Center on Highway 19 in Lebanon provides 10 acres of choices. Check out our websites, modernchevrolet.com and modernsupercenter.com, to see our inventory at both locations. If we don't have it, we'll work hard to find it for you.
Every stage of life has unique eye care needs. Kids need eye exams to ensure vision isn't affecting development.
Adults battle dry eyes and digital eye strain.
As we age, conditions like glaucoma and macular degeneration become prevalent.
At Highlands Optometry, we're committed to caring for you and your family every step of the journey.
Our advanced technology allows us to diagnose, treat, and prevent a wide range of eye conditions.
When it comes to eyewear, we've got you covered with hundreds of options from top brands.
Plus, we're proud to offer free eye exams for infants under 1.
Experience the difference at Highlands Optometry. Visit us online at highlandsoptometry.com.
Welcome back. Rye Cove winning 52-32 over Honaker. We have Gary Collier surrounded by his team. And Coach, earlier in the week, you said that this was a game that you needed to win this game, to take that next step, make a bit of a statement. What kind of statement did your team make tonight?
Listen, we prepared hard for this, and we come out and we talked about up front. I keep preaching that. We talk about how strong we were up front, and we came out first drive and drove it down the field. And as you can see, I don't know how many yards we had rushing tonight, but that was our mentality coming in, that we're stronger, we're a little better up front, and I think we proved that tonight.
Yeah, Coach, y'all got to push all night from that offensive line, as well as those backs blocking for one another in there. You got to be proud of that with the backs and the line blocking.
And listen, this team has worked their tails off, and they play for each other, they play for themselves, they play for this community, this coaching staff. And, yeah, I'm proud of the backs, how they block, and up front, how we dominate up there just tonight.
On defense, 3 interceptions against Peyton Music, and really the highlight, the one by Hamilton Osborne. Can you tell us about that play you saw back in the first half?
Yeah, kudos to our defensive coaches and our defense coordinator, Coach Salyers. really worked on that pass that they throw out in the flats that we picked off. And, it's a great quarterback, great team we played, great coach. They're coached real well, and those plays were big for us.
Coach, congratulations on the win. Give that trophy to your team. Enjoy this one tonight on the drive back to Scott County.
Absolutely. Here you go, guys.
All right, for the first time, Rye Cove getting a Friday Night Rivals trophy. Thank you to all of our sponsors tonight: Toyota, ETSU Health, PALS, Food City, the Mountain Area Ford Dealers, Tennessee Army National Guard, Johnny Brusco's Pizza, Johnson City Kia, Martin Dentistry, Jersey Mike's, and Eddie's Trophies. Our fantastic crew. You guys are the best. Everyone at the station, behind the scenes. It takes a village to put this production together. The final score, Rye Cove 52, Honaker 32 for Coach Collier. I'm Casey Getz. Remember, we're off next week. We'll see you in 2 weeks for West Ridge at David Crockett.
Room with a view. That's